We are back for an explosive evening. A booming evening.
We'll see.
This is his boom gun. This is my boomstick. So, as a quick recap to where we're at in the Savage Rifts game, our adventurers, which is the newly introduced Plato, Glitter Boy, played by Mitch, and our ever-lovable, ever-loyal Dog Boy, Beethoven, the St. Bernard, played by Deyton, and Shani, the Undead Slayer, Atlantean, controlled by me, the GM, Wiley. We are playing Savage Rifts. Rifts is a world that's post-apocalyptic Earth, where magic has flooded the world, and creatures and monsters and everything under the sun has poured in through dimensional rifts that tear open the fabric of space and time. It has everything. It has elves and dwarves and magic and power armors and aliens and spaceships. Everything has come to Earth to mess with humans. And our faithful adventurers had just found a home, just found a place to stay, and it has been brought under siege by demonic forces, and they've gone after the head of those forces, the suspected head of those forces, who is in a part of the land that is covered in ley lines and magical energy and storms. And this particular enemy can summon and bind evil spirits to his will, and he is using this area, this ley line activity, to farm evil minions for his army. They are in a Aztec-like village that has been brought from somewhere else into this world, and then its inhabitants slaughtered for their magic and blood by this shifter, this evil shifter. So, you guys are in the center of this town. It's about 500-yard diameter kind of area that really doesn't have a whole lot going on to it. It's like gardens and small little courts and little open areas. There's some monuments and benches and planters that act as cover. And at the edge of this 500 yards are larger estates and buildings like temples and things like that. The more richer, prominent people in this village probably stayed at these areas. They have walls, multi-story buildings. And in the center, 200 feet by 200 feet, is a hole where a ziggurat used to be. If you remember from Shani, ziggurats, pyramids, standing stones are all magical. Like pretty much anywhere you go in the multiverse, any planet, any world, if they have those things, it acts like a Nexus. It's how the Atlanteans and many people travel between dimensions, because not everywhere is like Rift's Earth and bathed in magic. So, in this area, the ziggurat is gone, and there's just a hole where it was. The hole is about 100 feet deep, tiered down like the ziggurat was tiered up. And now standing in it, where the shifter has left him, is a Balrog-like demon. This thing's waist comes up to the lip, the ground, and then the rest of it is above that, so it's about 200 feet tall, towering above you. It looks like a Balrog. It's red-skinned. It's dripping blood off of its skin. Its eyes are smoldering like lit coals. When it opens its mouth, it looks like a furnace in there, and like heat distortion comes out of it. It does not look happy to be in this realm, or to have been brought here. And there's a big, shiny thing in front of it.
Is it capable of looking happy?
Do any Balrogs
It has a big
happy?
smile on its face, like, "Hi, fellas, I'm Ted. What's it like here?"
There's a White Castle. I bet you can eat the most sliders of any Balrog ever.
White Castle. So, the first thing you guys are going to need to do is make fear checks.
Dang it.
So, Spirit -4 because of this thing, but you have your
Brave,
so you get a +2 to that. So you're only at -2.
I'm level-headed.
No, it doesn't help.
So 3 or 3.
3 or 3.
I rolled 2 7s. Yeah.
Like, are we rolling normal spirit die with the wild die, but it's just at a
-2
for you.
Oh, I also have 1, 2.
Nope. You're starting with those because we ended right before the battle.
Oh,
so
we're still
keeping.
missing. Okay.
Yeah.
so.
So no one. Okay. You want to add a d6 to that?
D6.
You succeed.
Yes, I succeed.
How about you?
Oh, I'm not scared.
What did you roll?
I rolled a 2, so 0.
You rolled 2 2s, or did you roll?
Add, yeah.
Did you roll a 1 on the spirit die?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that is, it's not a critical fail, but in fear checks, if you roll 1 on the spirit die, there's a table you have to roll on, which messes with you. Do you want to spend a penny to re-roll that?
Yeah.
So, re-roll that whole thing. It's not a crit fail, so you don't have to...
Clearly,
Here's the crit fail. One.
Clearly, we're in continuation of that last game where I was rolling 2s and 1s. Hey.
There you
Double
go.
sevens,
So 5. So you have succeeded. You have both succeeded. You are standing your ground against this
We're
thing.
nervous but
looking
not
down at you.
scared of it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's pretty damn scary.
We give out a... Oh, shit.
The Shemarrians.
Oh, shit.
There's 3 of them. 3 of them with 2 mounts. So
Oh, they haven't all left us.
no, they were moving up to the side, so they're still over there, but they're much closer to the pit than you are. You are already planted. So you planted last round to shoot into the pool of blood, and you are near him, or not close enough to be deafened by his shots, but you haven't moved up or anything like that. I figured out a way that you can try to get your mojo back with the cards now that he has level-headed. You have to get improved level-headed, where you get 3 cards.
Yes, just keep... The person will be like, the top 40 cards of the deck are yours.
So. Ooh.
Some liquid courage.
Yes. Now, understand that you're planted, so he gets a +2 to hit you.
I understand.
He's get a -2 to hit you because you're a size smaller than him.
Mm-hmm.
And you get a +2 to hit him because he's a size smaller than you. You get +4 to hit him because he's 2 sizes larger than you.
I get a +2 to hit.
You get a +2.
You said -2. I was like, what?
No, he gets a -2 to hit you. You get a +2 to hit him.
That's what I thought. No.
You get a
Pretty easy to
+4
hit, yeah.
because he's 2 sizes bigger than you.
Jared says one of these days I'm going to be like the Grinch and my heart's going to grow 3 sizes for kids. I don't know about that.
It'll be right after Mindy gets pregnant. Next week.
See, you took your flush and your card.
And my dog boys.
And the dog boy with the Beethoven. So he's got a 3 of spades and a queen of spades for Plato.
God, all of those, that entire, like, months of playing with Iggy going, like, dead last.
Joker! Oh, rules clarification on that. It's +2 to all rolls and damage.
Oh, right on.
So
the damage too.
Damage was...
Plus those fucking fear bennies well spent. How about that?
Yep.
All right. Got him right back. You're
Okay.
welcome.
Shani. Ooh. Shani's got the 4 of clubs. The Shemarrians have the 3 of clubs. Yuck.
Great.
And the Balrog has a queen of diamonds.
What is the Balrog's actual name? What is the character called, or what is the species called?
Just
You
a,
Demon.
know, you made it.
Yeah. It is just a demon.
blood
A
ball
greater
rog
demon.
A blood
There
rog.
are so many from so many different places.
Blood rog.
Like,
It's a
I mean,
blood rog.
if you want, you can ask him. Hey, buddy, what's your name? You got charisma.
I know.
Wait. Hey, you want to talk?
I did that wrong. My guy's supposed to be all about his armor. It's like,
Oh, oil.
Hey.
Yes.
What do you... Queen of Spades you have over there?
So I get hearts goes after me, right?
Diamonds.
Or diamonds. Spades is highest, right?
Spades is high.
Yeah. Okay. So I get to shoot.
Was it
First.
spades, diamonds?
Do you want me to talk to her, or do you want me to
Spades,
fire on
hearts, diamonds,
Spades,
clubs.
it? Do you want me to talk to her, or do you want me to fire at it?
I think you should fire
I'm
at
gonna
it.
fire at it. All right, cool.
This isn't the dragon from that one episode. We don't.
So do you want to talk to it?
This
Like,
isn't the best
oh,
idea to...
talk to
Talk
it.
to it. Wait a minute, we could talk to it?
It's the guy that could talk to it is like, wait, what? That's an option? I'm like...
I just like, what were you guys thinking the entire way up that mountain? Like, you thought you were just going to fight a dragon?
Well, I was trying to figure out something I was going to do because I was like, everything here's on fire, so this thing's obviously fiery like me. I mean, I can't punch it. I was like, I literally, when we got up there, I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. And I was trying really hard to think about it. And I couldn't think of anything way around it. And you're like, so you're going to try to attack this without saying anything to it? And I went, oh, fuck, I speak dragon. Like, I should just talk to it. I don't speak blood rog.
Blood Rog. That's a good name for it. All right. Fire away.
Garbage day.
Huh?
Garbage day.
No!
Huh? What?
And clearly I'm choosing to hold my action. Let him
Yeah.
go first.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
Are you
Like,
going to do it?
no, I was going to do that anyways, because I want to see what you do to it.
All right, so is this shooting or is this agility?
Shooting. Yeah.
All right, Shani, Beats, get down.
Beats.
Beats. Back to beats.
I said it completely organically. It came out of my mouth. I'm like, it's done.
Let
That's what
me
it is.
fix
You
my
don't have to
character
do that.
sheet.
It's just what he calls
I know, but now it's Beethoven / Beats.
Get a nickname.
I have a nickname now.
This guy's got a code name. Oh, it's okay.
you. All right, I got
It'd be really cool to have a code name.
8 strike with the raise.
So is that with the plus
No,
2?
so it's a 10.
Okay.
And
So that is a hit with a raise. Even though it's a template, it's not an artillery or thrown, so it can't dodge, and
Oh, I
like
forgot to
it
bring
is
some-
dodging anyway.
forgot to bring the extra D12s.
Ooh,
That's right.
didn't you? Oh no, you just went and got a new D6 for your game.
I did, but I have another pack of these left over at the house too. So I think I might have 2 whole sets. So all right, 46 plus 6 plus 2, so 46 plus 8.
Before you go, what is the AP on your boom gun?
25, right?
25. Okay.
Wait, let me make sure I'm right about that. Boom gun, range, damage, AP is 25, yes, sorry.
All right.
So 12, this is 23, 24, 27, 29 plus 6, so 35.
Including the +2.
No, plus 2 is to hit, not to damage.
No, he said the +2 applies a damage.
Oh,
Yes,
for
for
this?
Joker.
So 30.
And you got a raise, so you roll an extra D6.
Well, Jesus Christ.
So
So 37 plus 4, so 41.
41.
It's so much damage, math has to be done.
Yeah, 30, you said 41?
41 was the total damage, yeah. AP 25.
You have hit it, like, in its chest area here, and just a hole just appears, and you see blood and stuff blast out the back of it, and now there is just this kind of like gaping hole, and his shoulder is coming apart from his neck area.
Does he look happy now?
Yeah, he looks ecstatic. You actually did 2 wounds. Shake and 2 wounds. So.
Ding! Like it hit you.
He's not that close.
I know. Like that scene in the Avengers. Just punches Thor.
All right. So, unless you're doing something.
That's like exactly what you were talking about. He's like, I mean, this big old enemy. You're just
You're
going to roll and shoot it
gonna
once.
kill
You're
it.
probably like,
One turn, you're going to kill
Yeah.
it. That's what I said. Like, you guys, such jerks. You're like, here's this big scary thing, and you're like, well,
we've
here's
fumbled through all
102.
the easy stuff. It's like in the Cthulhu where like he can't run away from a U of A guard. Like, you sprain your ankle. What? Why?
So,
Put a grenade in that hole I made.
I'd have to shoot for like an accuracy thing.
You got
It's a pretty big thing. You already have a +4 to hit it.
And you got your Joker. You get a +2
Two
again,
on that,
right?
so
Yeah.
+6 to hit it already. So shooting for a specific target isn't going to hurt you that much. It's only going to be -2.
Which means you only get a +4 to your roll.
Right.
Well, what if I shoot like a grenade at its face?
You do whatever you want. You're in charge, man.
Let's do that. I'm going to shoot an armor-piercing grenade at its face.
All right. So -2, you get a +4 to the roll. So
What is your shooting?
Oh, that's right. I haven't done this in a while.
also, like, are you just standing there shooting, or are you going to like get behind some cover?
I'm just standing there shooting. Okay. This is like
You should
initial.
probably take the GM's advice.
It's like whatever.
Actually, I'll be drawing most of the fire anyway.
You hope.
I hope.
Because
Or he's got this cone of destruction.
he might. His mouth is like a furnace.
So shooting with wild, and I have just a total of a +2.
Only +4.
+4.
Well, yeah, +6, +4. Yeah.
Yes. Reroll that shit. 17.
That's a hit with a raise. So
Yeah.
I mean, that's 17 plus.
Oh, yeah, 17
4.
plus 4.
21.
Yeah, 21.
So it's still a hit with a raise.
It goes right where you want it. It's like right in the eyebrow that you'd aimed at.
It's like right in that wrinkle right there and just gets stuck. What?
Where's that lucky D8 that I need?
Oh, you can leave that on your side. I forgot I took that.
3D8.
What's the AP?
8.
8.
And because I got a raise, I roll an extra 6 with it.
Yes.
Damn. And then the Joker adds 2 more on top of that?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That is correct.
Boom.
Alright, so 11,
15, 18,
18
plus 6, 24 to start.
24 so far.
25.
Wow.
Plus 2, 27.
27. All right.
I don't know. I lost control, and that's why I went up in the air. I was like, oh, what's up? I thought I was going to miss the cat.
People let go of the baseball too early and it goes really high. Or like, all right, well, that's... Did the pitcher just get a pop fly?
25.
27 with the plus 2.
27.
From the Joker.
All right. So you launch it up there. It hits its forehead, explodes right between its eyes. It's like just shakes its head and continues looking angry.
I tried to make it smile. It didn't work.
All right. So yeah, it's going now. It's
Shaking, isn't it?
shaken, so it's got to recover from that.
It's not going to spend a Benny.
I could if you wanted me to,
You
but
can't spend a Benny to soak shake, can you?
yeah, I can.
Yeah.
I have 1, 2, 3.
You're like, I'm the GM. And doing
I have
what the fuck
5 pennies just to play against you guys
Yeah.
for the enemies.
This is the only enemy that we see present at the moment, right?
Correct.
Okay.
The shifter and
the
his
shifter and the
little thing
witchling
disappeared.
That's what I thought, but I was just making sure that those blood Shemarrian things aren't behind us anymore.
blood smears.
Yeah.
No, they he accumulated them all, but he had to use a lot
That's
to
right.
make to summon
That's
the
what it was,
Balrog,
yeah.
and then he kept some for himself. Okay. Oh, jeez.
How much armor does the fucking thing have?
We'll find out as we shoot at it.
Yep.
Well, I mean, you clearly were able to do something to it with your 25 armor piston. My 8 did jack shit.
His 25 did something, hit your 8, and you got a... What did you roll to hit him?
41.
41 versus your
27.
27. So somewhere in those, like, in that math, you can
27
figure it
doesn't,
out.
41 does. It's a margin of error of like 14.
Yeah, it's fine. It recovers from shaken, and it's going to
communicate with us.
Yes. It's going to attempt to communicate with you.
Hey, what the fuck?
It's you doing the international symbol for...
It does that. Dink.
So the international symbol for camaraderie. It's like this.
It goes
like this. And then it goes
boom.
on top of you.
Yeah.
So
All right.
it's doing a slam. Just both fists together, coming down straight onto you.
It's double fisting you.
Double fisting you. So, yeah.
I do everything twice as good as everybody else, including getting fisted.
It's got +4 to hit you, because +2 for the side. Oh, sorry. No, it doesn't.
-4.
-2, but +2 because you're planted.
Gotcha.
So it has even to hit you. It hit you.
Okay.
So, I apologize.
That's all right.
What's your armor?
Well, my armor is pretty awesome.
Yep.
It is 18.
That's all gone.
Uh-oh.
So what's your toughness?
11.
Okay. And that's with the toughness bonus from your armor?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good.
And I have a wound from being spiritually grabbed through my armor last time.
Yep.
So you get to make a new character.
There we go. Okay.
This time I'll play a wizard. Let's play random characters.
7,
Human wizard.
18.
I don't play random anymore.
Your toughness is
11.
11. So 15. You take 2 wounds.
And I'm shaking them, obviously.
And you're shaken.
So what, one more
So-
wound and you're...
Yeah, if I got
One
hit,
more
hit,
wound
I'm
and he's incapacitated. And now you're -3 for everything.
Yep. It's alright. I'm also negative. I'm +2 for some stuff, so we'll see how it goes.
Right.
Oops. I forgot to take that shot off.
The Shemarrians, the 2 are riding around, like trying to distract it, firing their railguns up at it. The leader is running back to get behind a monument and firing at it. Ooh. So the leader hits with a raise, and one of the other ones hit.
The leader creates a small tingling sensation when it's left moist.
It seems to have no effect. Except for, make it matter.
Great.
It's angry.
Not that I can say too much, but frickin' shit Aryans.
Alright, what does Shani want to do?
Stab it!
Go up and melee it.
You just hear me on the radio. Whole communication.
Oh, he's shaking, right?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Good luck tomorrow at our other game, Booker.
Yeah.
In a freak twist of nature, lightning strikes you.
Well, where'd that come from?
You lose 3 limbs.
What?
Your recovery time is 4 weeks.
You lose 5 limbs.
You should go.
Wait,
you
what?
lose 5 limbs.
It's counting your third leg.
Yeah, right.
It's like having 3 cups.
You look
What?
Like, look like a pencil topper now.
Yeah, not good. She is going to fly over to you
That's probably not a good idea.
and try to heal you.
All right.
Yeah, she's taking one for the team because she'll be. Actually, no, she has enough movement. She's going to do it in passing, so she's going to fly by you and try to heal you on her way by.
Gotcha.
And get out of your range of boom gun.
So she's gonna spit her healing loogie to see if it hits you.
Small liquid trail follows behind her. I feel a little better, I guess. You're like, awesome. It's always good.
Mm-hmm.
She heals 2 of your wounds.
Hey.
Fuck yeah.
She just kind of lands on top of you, pumps her healing goo into you. Heart goo.
That's my job.
And then flies off. Ooh, scandalous.
Ooh.
So,
All I gotta ask for beats.
beats.
Worst nickname ever. I guess it's better than Thoven. Hey, Thoven. What? That doesn't make any sense.
Too bad your name's not Dre.
Yeah, right.
Where's Beats? Bye, Dre.
Hey. Wah, wah, wah. I suffer another wound.
Yeah, I suffer fatigue from that joke.
This joke caused fatigue. Roll to resist. No! I hear it clearly through my speaker.
That just happened to me. You did this to me. All right. 2 and ace of diamonds. So, I mean, if it was Ziggy, he'd be going on 2s and 5s still.
Right. Well, he would have just gotten the 2, right? That was
Right,
the first
uh-huh.
one. Yeah, and then you would have had an ace, and then what was the next card you drew?
2.
So
you would have gotten the ace
yeah,
too. King of spades. So you got the flush this time. 2 of spades, king of spades.
For those at home, the flush doesn't mean anything.
No.
We just
we're just
keeping
pointing it out.
tally of Deyton's
He used to get
constant
flushes
flushing.
constantly.
He just keeps flushing. He's like an old man.
Flushing and flushing and flushing.
What's wrong with your face?
But wait, there's more.
Allergies.
8 for Shani. 8 of spades. 6 for the Shemarrians. And 3 for the Balrog.
Yes. That'll give me a chance to shoot the Shemarrians before the Balrog gets shit. I'm just kidding. They're 181 degrees. I'm like, unlink. Ching, ching. So, I'm first, right?
Yep.
So, once I'm done with my shaking, my bashing, did that free my pylons, or am I still considered anchored?
Let's find out. That's a good question, because he did slam
We'll decide
you
that
pretty
next
hard.
time we play. No, I'm going to play fair, but that's fine.
Let's see. Yes, it did break you. The ground is now too smashed that your pylons aren't rooted
I
anymore.
was going to say it got me pretty bad. All right, so I have to unshake first, which is spirit, right?
Correct.
Oh, that is a 10. There's my 8. 6. You think after over a year I'd have the dice shapes down by now?
Yeah, you are unshaken.
Oh, I feel great.
I feel fine. Okay, so
Can I move an anchor in the same
yes,
turn?
you can essentially, since they're loose, you just pull up and start trudging through the broken rubble until you can find a new place to anchor. Or you can take that risk and try to fire.
So here's another question. My sensor suite's strong enough. Can I position myself in such a way that, like, say there's a tree right here and my gun is right there, can I safely fire without being able to direct line of sight with my eyes?
There are no trees big enough.
I'm just saying in general,
but,
for future knowledge, like if there was a plinth in front of me and I was able to lean my gun out, would I be while I was anchored? Or Would my
possibly.
my sensor suite wouldn't be able to?
Because like almost all the targeting systems are on gun, not you're not. I mean, you are eyeballing as well, but
it's like this pile on with my gun being out on the other side of it. So okay.
You can fire from cover if that's what you're asking.
This feels emergency style. Let's give it a shot without pile-ons.
Ooh!
I've wanted to see what this does anyways.
All right.
So, let me reduce my ammo count real quick.
So his gun is so big and so powerful that he has to have 6-foot pylons that dig into the ground to give him stability, and he has these retro rockets that fire. He's been unrooted because of the last hit he took, so he's going to try to fire without being locked down, and that is a bad thing.
Which will also act as a dodge. I'm over there now, fuckers. Do I see? Before I do this, do I see any cover nearby? Is there anything big enough to kind of contain me?
No, not out here. You'd have to go all the way back to the.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That healing has emboldened me, so I think I'm going to take your chances. Take my chances and do my part.
Fire away.
All right. Wish me luck.
Good luck.
$11.
11, is that...
Without my +2.
So +2, -1 for your wound.
So +1. So
plus
12.
12. That's a hit with a raise.
Is that 2 raises?
Does it, there's only a raise.
Just a raise. Oh, okay.
With shooting,
I'm just not used to rolling so high. I rolled really high. What is rolling high like?
And you have a whole bunch of other pluses because you're marksman and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. But for any attacks, it only matters if you get a raise.
Yeah.
That's what gives you your bonus damage.
Marksman and stuff?
Huh? You had marksman. You had the gun was like masterworked or something like that. You had
-8 stealth, the enemy collision sonic boom figure -.
Look down at your
heroic path.
Your heroic path rolls. Yeah.
Professional edge, power armor, ace. No, it's all +1 to my shooting.
Yeah. You had ace, right?
Well, I have power armor ace.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
That's
but professional edge was the mastercrafted gun or whatever it is, and then
I don't have a mastercrafted gun.
What was the first roll?
Martial arts edge and brawler edge plus engineering. Then I had a die type to repair skill plus electronics knowledge. +1 to my shooting. Then I had a D8 in electronics +1 to repair. Then I had +1 professional edge, power armor ace. That's what that was. So I'm not particularly fantastic with my gun.
But you do have that +1 extra.
Yeah, but I get to run around with my stuff. We did not have my +1s to my last roll, but that's fine. I did strong.
You still got a hit with
I did just fine without it, so I'm not worried about it.
All right.
All right, some D12s. Another one, there we go. And I don't get a D6 this time, it's no Joker.
Well, you hit with a raise though, right?
What? I did hit with a raise. So
that gives
12,
you
16, 21, 23, 28 plus 6 is 34 plus a Benny to add a D6.
Well,
I can't do damage. Sorry.
For damage, you can only re-roll.
That's right.
But also, you get an extra D6 for hitting with the raise.
Correct.
So you're supposed to throw another D6 with that anyway.
So make it a 37.
37?
Hells to the motherfucking boom.
It's not 41 though. Let's see.
Shut up. It's off by 4. That's right. Figure out what to do with that, man. Huh?
Yep. I'm just figuring out if I want to spend a Benny to soak or not. Two rounds.
I think I need another beer already.
2 rounds. Do I want you to kill it in 2 rounds? All right, you kill it.
Yes.
So I'll explain what happens to it. But
right.
First, we have to figure out what happens to you.
Yes, I was going to say that was the whole point. Like, I don't care what happens to me if I can strike it anywhere near what I did last time, even with my negatives. Damn, we didn't even add my pluses for size on those rolls either. That was a straight up roll using my regular skills.
You are blown 15 feet back, hit the ground, you're shaken. More scratches and dings on your armor.
I should just hold on to this. Just like every round. Ow! I'm okay.
As you fly back, it's like it just had slammed you and it was raising its fist back up, and you just as it's kind of like looking down to see if you were squashed or not, and you just kind of poked your gun up and blasted yourself back. You get it right here in the throat and neck area, right next to where you've already wounded it. It just blows that out, and it just starts falling apart, turning back into blood, essentially, and just all of its parts and pieces and flesh just start breaking off and converting back to blood as it splashes back down into the well of the plot where the ziggurat was. And it deteriorates in front of you. You have successfully defeated a 58 toughness creature.
Yeah. With significant damage to my armor.
It had 58 toughness with 30 armor. So, versus him, it was a 33. Versus you, it was a 50. You had to get 50 damage with that armor.
What did you roll to 27?
Yeah.
You got pretty close.
Don't be a dick.
Okay, now we know what this thing can do.
Yeah. You know what gargantuan monsters could do? The Shemarrians regroup. You obviously recover and get up. There's nothing else going on.
No, seriously, give me that back. I'm just gonna.
You're just gonna keep it around. Just keep it over there.
Yeah. Write my name on it. Mitch is shaking.
Shake. It's mine. Oh, you were knocked.
15 is not enough.
10 yards back.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
So 30 feet.
Yeah.
The place starts to kind of the entire place starts to get a weird fuzziness to it. All the sandstone starts to blur and look a little bit shiny. It doesn't look like this place is holding on to this reality for much longer.
Is that something we're going to need to worry about, or will it just blink out around us?
What's your knowledge arcane like? What's your knowledge rifts like?
I'm just this looks really pretty.
Wow, shiny.
This is 4. You notice exactly what the GM said. It's a natural 4.
We roll it for that 1.
Oh yeah, that's right. 3. Yeah. I've wasted
2.
my luck, yeah.
You got a...
Plus my wild.
5.
Yeah, well, my wild, man.
You think it'd probably be best to not be here when the thing goes away.
Wasting those good rolls. I rolled a fake knowledge arcana and got like a 16 right now.
So you're getting up. The Shemarrians are coming over. What are you doing? Beats.
I guess I'm telling everyone we should probably get out of here.
Sparks come out.
Yeah, your gun took a pretty hard hit going back like that. So you're going to be in panic mode until you can clean and fix that.
So what does it mean?
Mainly, you're going to get negatives to doing anything else if you want to, and you're going to be very reluctant to shoot.
That's fine.
Because
what is my panic going to suffer for my rolls?
Probably -2.
All right,
but we'll see. Just
keep an eye.
For now, it's play that you want to get someplace to fix this gun. You need to go over and give it a checkup.
I feel done here anyway.
Yeah.
So let's get it. You said get out of here, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would not. Yeah, we'll follow you. Let's go.
So off you guys run. You left your vehicles outside the town? I think you came in your own foot, right?
We walked in, yes.
Yeah.
So you guys had me stationary, and you guys went on foot through the town because you didn't make it very far before I started messing everything up. You were able to get back in one turn, so there was no vehicle in there.
So the Shemarrians look to see which path you're going down, which thoroughfare or whatever it is. Are you going back the way you came-ish, like to get back to your vehicles?
Yeah.
So once they see where you're going, they just ride ahead.
Thanks, Shemarrian.
Were you going that way? All right, see you later. What? Fuck you.
I don't need these anymore, right?
No.
Combat is over.
So
For now.
As you're going through, like the place starts getting real fuzzy, and you see like parts of it start to like not be there anymore, starting to phase out back into whatever realm of existence it came from. You get out just as like the edges of the town are completely gone. Coming back are the forests and everything that used to be here, which is a dangerous proposition as like trees are phasing in on the road and everything around you. Like you're all of a sudden like walking
So the
through.
natural landscape is coming back also.
Like,
oh, that's not
so
good.
like you're walking along and also like you bump into like a half-formed tree and like you can feel yourself getting snagged on things as it's coming back into phase and you're walking through it. So when you get to a point where you're actually being able to see the trees in full effect, you're like feel much more comfortable that you can avoid not getting a branch through your chest, phased in through your chest. And then you are out in the forest and the town is completely gone.
Can I detect anything with my sensor suite at all around us, enemy-wise?
You detect the 2 large creatures and 3 smaller ones of the Shemarrians.
All right. So it seems calm.
Mm-hmm.
I think that immediately I would pop out and take a look at my equipment. I need to assess my damage.
All right, make your repair roll.
This is to assess.
Or you want to just assess, then make it a...
I mean, if I can repair right now, that would be fantastic.
Yeah, just go for it.
All right, just
Yeah.
repair that. Sorry, guys. I gotta take a look at this. Don't go out in the field with a faulty gun.
Do you go and get your vehicles?
7 for my repair, but I get a plus die type. Sorry, I should have rolled a d10. So you don't just want to add.
Plus die type you already have.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay.
Yeah, your skill went up
and
1 die.
then-
I thought you got +1 from something else.
Electronics knowledge. I mean, is this considered electronics?
No, electronics is electronics.
That's what that is then. All right, so then I got a
Because you
7.
have 2 lines that are about repair. One gives you repair at a plus die type, and the other one...
Engineering. I got a D8 in electronics plus 1 to repair. Oh, okay.
There it is.
So yeah, plus 1 to repair. So
you have
it was an 8.
so that's
minus, do I get my panic is -2 then?
No, you don't get the panic for the repairing because you're repairing.
Gotcha,
But you do. Are you still wounded?
He has a wound.
1, so
Yeah,
I got a
so-
7 total. And,
Yeah,
7.
almost a raise.
I know, it's so close.
So you're tinkering and hammering away at that. It's going to take an hour before you're satisfied, at least.
That's why I was giving you that. Like, I'm going to need an hour.
I guess before we go to the vehicles, can I open up and try to detect magic?
Yep. Go for it.
Forgot you were still wearing power armor.
Uh-huh.
I was super nervous for you. Like, as soon as that thing came out, I'm like, well, this is no good. Everyone's made out of flesh.
Did you write down your money somewhere on your phone?
I did. That's what I was doing while you were figuring out that. I wrote down my
new credit amount.
I give myself 1 allowance of 600 for a week. I don't know how many weeks we've actually been there under pay, but I just did 1 thing of 600.
Yeah, it's all in. Oh, no, you were there 2 weeks between the loss of Iggy and all that.
So you're actually high enough now where you're like, $1,200, whatever.
Yeah.
And in that case, I'll add a...
Yeah. So, make your roll.
4. Plus 2? Right?
Yep.
Yeah, I forgot. Those keen senses, I haven't had to use those in a
right.
while. 6.
6. Again, this place is just saturated in magic. but there is out of all the magic that's around you, you feel like a pressure, a concentration further west.
Okay. So, did we come from the north of this town or this area?
You came from the east.
Okay, so we came from the east. This is the place that just disappeared, more or less. So I'm feeling like a stronger concentration.
Like still the direction.
So the exact opposite way that we just came back to. Because we came back to the vehicles, so...
Yep.
Got it.
Further into this zone, essentially. This ley line infused zone. This is getting fairly close to like the True Federation of Magic area, so and that place is just a hellhole of magic. So you have your vehicles. The Shemarrians kind of, they don't rejoin you, they just kind of are in the vicinity of you in case you want to engage with them.
No. Just kidding. I'm busy, so I don't know what to do.
Yeah, Charisma guy's busy, so...
I mean, I can get down and talk. I just have to spend that time again when I'm done.
Shani, any chance you want to talk to those Shemarrians?
Fine.
You should probably quit referring him to that. It's like, you trying to woo the Shemarrians. Hey, Shetarians. Roll for a
He's already got a negative.
Starts shuffling.
We left on bad terms last time, so I don't want to try to go talk to them. Assholes. They've always technically been help, but I still think they suck.
So she goes over and talks to them for a bit. And they seem to be hitting it off. They like talking to her.
It really is just you.
Well, they're also all female, aren't they?
Yes, they're all female. And she has a +2 charisma for being Atlantean and all that jazz. So, after about her over there 30 minutes, you're 10 to 15 minutes away from wrapping up your repairs. She comes back over and says that they've been hunting this shifter for a bit out here. He's essentially using this place as a farm. He's going around opening up rifts or utilizing the ley line storms to do what he just did. Shift something into this realm, enslave it, and then add it to his army. So the longer he's out here and he's allowed to do that, the more sanctuary... the more Castle Refuge is going to have to face. And who knows what he's already gotten.
So do you need to go back to the castle to completely fix your stuff, or do you get to keep going?
I'd like to, but I've gotten some good work done here. So.
Yeah. Your gun is in working order. Your armor is kind of banged up.
Yeah. So can I reduce my panic to 1?
Oh, your panic's gone, because your knife is about guns not firing.
Oh, that's right.
So you focused on that. I mean, you can't fix the armor. You don't have things to do that here. You don't have the material.
I feel like we should press on. Like I would love to go back and be able to fix this thing, but if we go back, it could take 3 or 4 days before they're done fixing Aristotle before we can get back out here. At that point, we have no idea where he's going to be, what's going on after that.
Because I got a strong sense that I think he might have gone further west. So I think that's the way we should head.
All right, let's follow you.
If Shani can maybe relay this information to the Shemarrians.
And she goes over and talks with him. And they form up with you to head out. You getting your cool little quads, armored quads, and
get back in.
you get back in. The leader and one are doubled up on one beast, and the leader is on one beast. The two regular warriors are doubled up on the other, and they're riding along with you guys.
You hear a faint scream. Ah, my catheter's cracked.
Ah!
How?
Alright, let's head west.
Head west.
That's the name of a smoke shop here in town.
And there was also head east. Yes.
This thing started like had like a bloody nose.
No, really, you picked it up. I thought that's what, like, I was like, oh, are you
What is
bleeding
that?
from your lip?
It's my adjustment for my sheet.
Oh, because you're using a red
Yeah,
marker.
because I kept doing it with my thumb, and I was like tired of like getting out of here and having like two completely red thumbs.
Also, your armor is called Aristotle.
Yeah,
Okay.
Plato and Aristotle.
Aristotle was one of his, I don't want to say intern, one of his disciples. Aristotle's really famous too for writing what were called the, not the conversations, what did he call them? The dialogues. Aristotle wrote the dialogues, and then a lot of them were based on the teachings of Plato, so I just thought it would fit. And then I got the name Plato because I'm from Lone Star. Is that where the area I was from? Texas, right?
Yep.
Lone Star. So a lot of people down there spoke Spanish, and Plato, or Plata. Plata is a word for silver, but since I was a dude, Plato was the masculine of silver. So like the silver man is what Plato would mean, but you got a bunch of people that don't speak Spanish start calling me Plato, so that's how that stuck.
It's in here. Yeah, you were in the Kingdom of Worth, which was a bunch of tribes united under one crazy dude.
So much ridiculous, useless backstory.
Yeah.
just to name my armor.
And Lone Star has just recently crushed the Kingdom of Worth.
I'm from the Kingdom of Worth?
Yes.
Not from Lone Star. Sorry.
Yeah. It's down there.
But area.
There's
You sound like a sex ed teacher. Like, it was down there.
in the regions.
The land of Nether.
Betwixt your nethers. Do. Is it not in here? Is it the main rule book?
What is it you're looking for?
The map.
Oh, I don't know if there's even a map in the main book.
There's not one in there. I'm talking about this rule book.
I'm so much more fond of flipping through this now that I know what it means.
Now that you understand. Now that you have played.
This is the Sky Cycle pilots. These are the guys that I was saying. The ones that are painted all Jamaican or whatever. That was the thing that was
Mexican.
assisting us there.
Yep.
Yeah, this
The
was
sugar
one,
skulls.
If I had ever been Coalition, this was the one I wanted because their helmet is so much different than the rest of them. Equipment drawings from this dude are fantastic. This is what always made me want to play the game.
Mine was the Samus.
Yeah.
Oh, the Samus.
Just right here.
There's a
I
color.
have looked at this book way too much. The Samus? Oh, that's page 215.
Apparently it's not in either of these. is. I swear it is.
I'll potty while you rule.
Ooh. Look at boy. It's weird. Anyway, Kingdom of Worth, and there's the there's another kingdom or another empire down there. And then there's also the Vampire Kingdoms and Lone Star, the coalition state. Oh, there it is. The Pecos Empire, CS Lone Star, the Kingdom of Worth, and the Vampire Kingdoms are all down in Mexico. He came from the Kingdom of Worth. They have just suffered a crushing defeat, as I said before, by Lone Star, which is why he is at Castle Refuge. He took some people because he saw the writing on the wall, and got them out of there before Lone Star came in and smashed them. Some backstory you learn from him as you're traveling. He's just making idle chit chat.
Which of those books has the power armors in it that you were showing me the other day?
Is it the gear section?
Not that we're going back to get that yet, but
Past that.
like that way.
Yep. Before that. Right in.
There's the robot armor.
Yeah, so it's just before that. Those are the power armors. The Pecos Empire is the other big one down there. So it's Lone Star. Next to that is the Kingdom of Worth. And then Pecos Empire is between the Lone Star and the Vampire Kingdoms, which are southern Mexico.
I remember talking about that last time.
Yeah. Did you get a bottle cap stuck in there?
I rolled a 2 for opening.
What the? 2 for opening is like when you crack the entire top off. Like, what the hell? Cut yourself, pour the beer out.
That would be a critical failure. Though,
That's
right?
true.
You smash it. Well, no, critical failure. I wouldn't get the bottle open. The whole top comes off perfectly.
The bottle opener breaks.
So yeah, there you go.
Like, what the? So. You're traveling west through these foothills, starting to get lower, not as hilly, but the peaks that are still around are like you're on more flat ground, and then there's like a big climbable rock here and there, stuff like that. It's starting to get darker. It's night, or night is approaching, evening is approaching. And it's not too long before you think you see where he probably went, because you see a ley line in the north, you see it heading over, and then you start seeing a ley line coming up in the west towards your heading, and you're like, well, these two things are going to meet, which means there's a nexus. And then as the sun is setting and the world should be darkening, in that area where it looks like those two things intersect, there's looks like stadium lights, just bright light coming from the ground. So you think that you suspect that a rift is open on the Nexus. Which is bad.
Mm-hmm.
I can't obscure area anymore.
I know.
Until you get those smoke launchers
I know,
attached.
right?
Also with ley lines. Too bad Iggy's not here.
Yep.
Right, it would have had the same result as his death without him dying, or it would have just been insane to draw his energy from that instead of himself.
Alright, well, so that's where we're headed. That's where this shifter probably is.
Do we want to approach right now, or do we want to give it a night? Do you guys need to rest?
Well, whatever. Who knows how long rifts can last? I don't know if this is permanent or not. But the longer we let him sit at it, the more he can pull out of it.
That's a good point.
I mean, last time he just had a pool of blood and he made that thing. This time he has a rift open. He can pull whatever he wants and leave it there to fight us.
All right, well, I'll meet you guys over there. Stealth -8. All right, see you later.
Yeah, I kind of forgot there's not really an option for coming up on this stealthily.
You just have to leave me back a ways.
Yeah.
Yep.
What's your range on your gun? Is it pretty good?
It's pretty insane.
It's, 1,000 yards.
Okay.
So just over a mile. No, that's all right. 1/10 of a mile.
How close are we?
How close do you want to be? I mean, you start moving up on this.
I do want to start moving up on it, obviously.
Oh, that's wrong. Yeah, this is 1,000. 250, 500, 1,000. That means it's a max range.
Max range is 1,000.
1,000 yards, right?
1,000
1,000
yards.
Feet. 1,000 yards, so it's 10 football fields. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not bad at all.
10 foot. Yep. So how are you approaching it?
You can tell when you're within range of
Absolutely.
this area.
Just over half a mile.
So let's move up to.
All right, it's 5,751 feet. That's a mile, right?
I don't know, but 1,000 yards
yards
is 0.56 miles.
Gotcha. Okay.
So 2,000 yards about is.
I feel like an idiot. I like this stupid thing.
Aren't you going to teach kids?
Yeah. It's the kilometer. We have 5280, so I was sorry. I said 5750.
So
we'll move up until he can tell me that he's in range of more or less the focal point, the rift area.
And that's good too, because if we keep me half a mile back, I can anchor in, and my 180-degree rate of fire will cover a huge swath. I'd be very effective from this distance. I just can't defend you or get any bonuses for attack or anything.
Now,
like that.
even getting that close, do we see anything moving? Anything
all right.
reacting?
So getting close enough that you can getting half a mile away from this thing. You can see that there's a couple hills up there, and it looks like these ley lines go through and at that point where these hills are. You see the rift, the top of it coming out from beyond the hills, and you hear gunfire or laser fire or some type of fire. You see what looks to be streaks coming out, like if you were looking over a embattled city, you'd see the tracer rounds and the rockets and things like that. So it looks like something's going on over there. A battle or something is happening. But you can't tell because it's too far away and there's a hill in your way for the main part of the rift. You can't tell what's going on. It looks like you'd have to circle around to get an angle where you can see the rift without a hill in your way.
If we climbed to the top of the hill, we would be too close.
You'd be very close. But it's also covering your approach. I mean, with the sounds of the battle and a hill in your way, nothing is seeing you approach.
It's true.
So you could walk up to that first hill and get on top of it, and you would have a full view.
Without being too close, really.
Yeah, you'd be a quarter of the distance that you are now. It's still...
That seems to be the best place to set me. If I'm up above where I can see, but not close enough to do anything.
So let's move towards the bottom of this hill.
Okay, like you're approaching it from behind.
Just
It's
so
between you and the rift.
We still have that cover because I don't want to be detected yet.
No.
All right.
So we do that.
Yeah, you do that. The sounds of battle are getting closer. That's definitely sounds like some high-tech fire. Sounds like plasma and lasers and the like.
Would I be able to notice what type of fire? Like, is it military or amateur or anything like that? Would that come out from their sounds?
Give me a smarts check.
What? I can never identify a D8. I swear to God.
That's the diamond.
I know. I'm going to have to start putting here. Just draw little circles with numbers and put them all on top of it. 7.
It is 6 because you're wounded.
Oh, yeah.
It is disciplined fire.
Okay.
Disciplined fire and the weaponry sounds. You can start distinctively hearing sets of weaponry. So it's not like it's just a hodgepodge of different weapons. It's, there's multiple people with this kind of weapon. There's multiple people with this kind of weapon. So.
Well, it's skinny that. Like, it sounds like we're not the first ones to come looking for a fight. These guys seem organized.
What are the Shemarrians doing at this point? Like, are they still just hanging out with the group? They're not really like...
They're just still hanging out. Yeah, they look like they're ready to split off again, like they did before, like circle around and try to flank. Seems to be their thing. Let the glitter boy stand and deliver while they try to flank around and get better shots.
Pussies.
Do they have any kind of stealth? I mean...
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So you want to command the Shemarrians to go scout for us?
No, I'm not going to
Or
tell
you're not
them
gonna do
anything.
I can ask them. You want me to do that?
Or Shani could ask them.
That's true. She is more feminine than I am. Of course, you can't tell when I'm in the suit, but whatever.
13.
Nice. Die for us.
Go die. Yeah, they say they'll hunt around. Like their target is, it sucks that you guys are getting under assault and that this guy's getting all this army, but their target is that shifter. They want to kill him.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll do whatever they can. Like you want to stand up there, distract whatever's going on. They'll try to approach and get him before he leaves, or he teleports away like last time.
Give me one of those gray chips too. Because this thing's working pretty. This will be my anchors.
Dunk. Anchored or not.
So our intel from them just tells us that... Did they say anything to us yet about what they're seeing or what's going on?
Who?
The Shemarrians.
Oh, they haven't left yet. They're
Okay.
waiting for you to get into position or make your play, essentially. So you're at the backside of the mountain. You can commando up there and take a look if you want.
You're going to be a lot less conspicuous than me, But I'm nearby. You can always call me to that position, or you can pick a position from up there.
And if something attacks you, then you can...
Would our equipment be able to relay that sort of information? If he's like, go right there, would my heads up be able to say, he wants you to be right here? Yeah, so you can pick a locale to put me in from up there.
Well, let's me and Shani go up the hill and try to take a look.
All right.
What are you doing with the Shemarrians? You're just going to say the hell with that for now?
Yeah, they're just waiting behind the mountain.
They can hang out with you for a little bit.
Just in case something comes up behind you.
Yeah.
I spent the whole time going,
We're sorry.
we're sorry. Comcast is trying to buy Sky One. They just outbid Fox for England's #1 or Europe's #1 TV service.
Doing stealth checks?
Yep.
I tell them, hey, welcome to the club. Get ready for Americans. Oh my God, dude. You should.
What did you just get?
I got a 3. Hey,
That's not a success.
I know.
You don't have any bonuses that Keen says you did.
No, he doesn't have any stealth bonuses. He's
Are you
8 foot tall
rerolling or
dog
are you
and
adding?
Gonna add.
Let's do. No, do it. Do 3s. I mean, all you need is a 1.
all you need is a 1 to get a basic,
What'd you get?
and that's what he got.
Fucking asshole.
Shani got a 4 as well.
What is it?
I have
This
no
is why
idea.
I'm good at your game.
Right? There's some perfect, ready to roll low. There's a group, it's called Critical Role or something like that, right? Yeah. Our group has been called like Critical Failure. Like,
Critical
that's
Fail.
our real fucking team name.
Critical Failures.
Yeah. Critical
that
Fail
Galen?
Crew.
That's Galen, yeah. Yeah, that's how I memorize all the rules for so many different games, and it is pretty crazy. Like, that's all the things I could have been in life, like all the things I could have done and remembered and become a really good IT person or whatever it was. No, it went to all this shit.
Well,
These rules, like.
I was about to tell you, hey, tell Galen, like, hey, Galen, if you can see me. But I was telling him that I'm glad I met Wiley later in life because this is the Wizard's library, and I would have pretty much just spent the rest of my time in here. I never would have gone outside or like got married or gone back to school or any of the things. What are you good at? Oh, I've read all these books. Like I've read all of the rule books for all these games 100 times over.
I can still name almost all the factions in Planescape and still know all of the rules for Earth Dawn.
Oh, well, we had a 20-minute conversation just about partial mythology from 40K last night.
Oh, yeah.
Just one aspect of it. We spent about 20 minutes talking about it.
Yeah, I still remember rules from first and second edition. That's crazy. Makes sense. Yeah, all the knowledge that I could have had is something else. It's just gaming. It's this shit.
This is your PhD right here.
Yep.
It's physically.
And I'm like glad, like it kind of seemed like a shitty thing to do before, but now Critical Role and the Acquisitions Inc., all these different gaming groups that are streaming and all that stuff. Like, it doesn't feel so bad now.
It's funny to think that nerds are cool now, but this is still not quite there yet.
It's not
Everyone's
quite mainstream yet.
There's a Portlandia about that where the guy has a PSA about how it hurts real nerds' feelings when like cute chicks that read one comic book are like, I'm a nerd, I totally like comic books. He's like, really? I spent the last 14 years in my mom's basement painting miniatures with my 3 friends that I have.
So anyway,
Sorry.
All right. So you were both barely stealthed up this.
yeah. Still, I was like, "Did we still stealth like this?"
Oh, you have successfully stealthed. It's just whether you've also been successfully spotted is a completely different story. So you barely climb up to the top of this thing, and as you get up there, you witness probably one of the crazier things you've ever seen in your life. But there's the Nexus point is there. A rift is open inside of it. In front of the rift, on this side, in this kind of shielded bubble.
Closer to us.
Closer to us, like outside, it's looking into the rift. The rift is facing you. Is the Shifter. He's just in this shielded bubble, floating there like he was above the ziggurat. He's one there, like sitting there, just kind of like arms crossed, facing this scene, and there his little buddy, little thing, the witchling, is floating next to him. And what you're facing is this city, like it's a black sky. There's stars. There's a couple moons. The skyscrapers are all clean, like glass looking, super futuristic. The roads are all like suspended and going everywhere. This thing looks like a super futuristic city. And arrayed out in front of this is essentially a military and security force. Like, this rift opened on this world, and this guy was standing there, probably even tried to go in there and do something, but all of a sudden, they call the cops, and the cops call the military, and whatever happened. So now there is an army, like, sitting there, like, firing at him and trying to make sure the rift stays not compromised. And they look like they got 2 arms, 2 legs. They look humanoid, but most of them are in armor that's very, very sleek and alienish. You think you've seen something like this before, like one of these armors, but you're not sure. Like maybe someone at Castle Refuge has this style of armor or whatever. But yeah, there's like tanks and vehicles and all this stuff just blasting away at him. And he's just sitting there like in his little shield, shooting all this stuff.
And he seems. Oh, sorry, I'm not even there. Go ahead. I'm not even there.
Like, are they shooting like through the rift?
Yeah.
Like they're in the rift. He's on the other side.
Yeah,
of it,
they're
like,
they're in their world, and this thing. There's a rift. There's a big open hole that's looking into the Ozarks of Arkansas, and on this side, you're looking into whatever city this is on whatever alien planet and whatever world they're from, and this weird robed alien to them like try to go into their world and steal babies or something, and he's just like sitting there taking the fire like a champ, doesn't seem to care. So
am I able to skinny this information without making like?
And you can talk and you can calm, and it's like you're not going to make any noise. But as you're sitting there, like, you know, taking it all in and talking to, as you are talking, you're taking it all in and then start relaying it to them, relaying it to Plato and the Shemarrians. The witchling is kind of like sitting there kind of bored idly and like kind of like doing little spins and stuff, and she kind of looks back and is like, looks like she's noticed you and Shani. Hey, mister. Starts tugging at the shifter's sleeves.
You should attack the soldiers. I'm just kidding.
All right, Plato, might be time for you to get up here.
All right. Well, you mean to go up there? All right.
I mean, if we've been noticed, like the jig is up, so to speak.
You'll definitely
like,
be noticed now.
Yep. Once you crest the mountain, which thing's like. So he like turns back and looks, like, and then just goes back to facing the people in the rift.
like he literally turned around and
Just like
even seeing him, and is just kind of like,
You know,
fuck
he's
it.
currently deflecting an army.
yeah. He's whatever that shield is. It's empowered by a Nexus. So if if these tanks and all this gunfire can't pierce it, it's doubtful that the boom gun can either. As long as he's here drawing straight power from a Nexus point, that thing is probably invulnerable.
What a perfect opportunity for me to go, hey, Plato, should try talking to him.
All right.
So you get up to the top and plant.
Yeah.
Shemarrian heads around. The Shemarrians have gone off. They've headed around the mountain now.
Doing whatever shit Aryans do.
This week's stream brought to you by Stella Artois. Yeah.
Should be getting ad revenue for that.
Right?
People from Stella are like, don't want to be associated with this.
You don't want to be associated with this nudity.
Yeah. This is too much even for us Belgians.
Is it Belgian?
Yep. I think it says it right on the front, doesn't it? Yeah, it does right in the front.
Yep, Belgian. Brewing expertise. Damn it.
I don't know what Artois means. Stella's star, though, I think.
Yeah.
Art star?
Art star?
That can't be right. Artistic star. I don't know what Artois means. I'm sure it's not art. Two surnames, maybe.
Artois is a region of northern France.
Sorry. I need to know when I grab it for you.
No, that's right.
I said sorry. Fuck. Are you still looking it up?
Yeah, it's really weird.
What is he looking up?
What does stellar tone mean?
Stella means star. They keep saying that even on like the Stella 12 website, but they don't talk about what her 12 means.
Well, it's kind of like being like North Star. It's probably like the Artois Star.
It is a former province of northern France.
Maybe it's where their hops came from.
Yes. Weird.
Either way, it's ranked OK plus. What's up?
Galen got auto-moderated. French is dumb. They have a council just to come up with new words that are French. They like in Japanese, like computer is computer and calculator is calculator because those were words that existed after Japanese was created.
Yeah.
So it's a word. So
France comes up with words,
but France like comes up with a French word instead of just using the word that comes up. Like
I feel like German does that too. They have words for like that feeling you have after you poop or before you go to bed. You're like, what?
Japanese and German both have really weird words for feelings or events like that. Yeah. Like the feeling of failure when you tried your best.
Yes, there's a Japanese one that's the guilt you feel from warranted presents. Like it's your birthday, but you feel guilty for getting presents. There's a word for that. Yeah.
And then Germans, just like when they want to come up with a new word, they just keep adding old words together until it explains what the new thing is.
Poop and sleepy void.
Yeah.
The empty feeling before bed after you poop. All right.
So I think like the no baby pill I think is like literally the translation for
birth control. No
birth
baby
control
pill
is a no baby pill. Like it's those words like.
I wish English would do that.
9 whatever, blah, 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 like pill.
Do you want another stutter juice? What? Oh, beer?
Do you want to do another hops juice?
Yeah, right.
What?
Stutter water.
In English, it's computer. In Spanish, it's computadora. In French, it's something stupid. Some stupid shit. But yeah, like in Japanese, it's computa. Like, like it's just...
Well, they have a language just for phonetic sounding of foreign words. The katakana, it's crazy.
Yeah.
196 symbols with variations.
All right. So you're planted.
I'm planted.
You now see this scene unraveling before you.
Wow.
It's aggressive.
How did I just Owen Wilson myself?
Wow. And as you're watching, the rift starts to shimmer. And it starts to shimmeries kind of go over it. It starts to kind of fade in and out here in places to something else.
It's turning into something different, not this glass world anymore.
Yes, it is. It is changing to rift to another place.
So the army presence isn't enough to hold that rift in place, obviously.
No,
they're
just trying to hold him out of it.
Oh, okay. I thought you said their presence was trying to hold.
No, they don't want the rift open.
It makes more
they
sense.
were just trying to keep the shifter out.
That makes way more sense because that was my initial question. Was going to be like, hey, talk to that guy. I'm like,
the moment he goes through, he loses access to the Nexus because they don't have a Nexus on the other side.
Gotcha.
There's probably no magic on the other side. So he'd go through, he'd lose his shield, they'd blow the fuck out of him.
Gotcha.
So they were just firing at him constantly just to keep him at bay. Which is an amazingly aware response to a rift. Humans had no idea what the hell was going to happen to them when the rifts open. These people actually, it seems like they've reacted to it pretty fast and kind of know what to do to a rift.
They were appropriately reacting.
Yeah. So the rift starts shifting, and like rifts do that, they connect to different places over its life cycle.
If it shifts and closes up, will he disappear with it?
If it shifts, no, he's on this side. If it closes, then you're just facing the shifter on a Nexus.
Gotcha.
If it it looks like it is shifting though, its entry or its point from here to wherever it is going to turn to someplace new.
Are we in it, or are we observing it?
You're observing,
outside?
like
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
you're on a mountaintop or a hilltop over here, and it's open.
If I did talk to him, what would you want me to say to him? What should we talk to him about? Because we need to bring him into justice. I mean, the only thing I could really do is be like, "You're going to die."
Wild card, bitches.
Yeah, right. I feel like my character, even though I have my charisma and I'm charismatic, stuff like that, and I have the persuasion skill, I don't feel like I'd want to talk to him beyond just telling him like, "I'm gonna get you." Like you're going down. He's a very bad guy in our view, right?
Oh yeah,
he's
the
a
one
horrible person.
coordinating the assaults on Castle Refuge. He's the one responsible for running the gargoyles that enslaved all those people.
And persuasion, I can't use this as an intimidate because that's a separate skill.
That is a separate skill.
Okay, cool. So,
Just I don't know. Try to more or less ask him or figure out what he's doing. Like what's his purpose? Trust me, I've been here with a dragon before. Not me personally, but
now.
Well, his purpose is building an army from different places. He's putting an army together that we won't be able to fight back against, which is what that Bloodrog was. One of his attempts. He's like, "Hey, here, let's try this."
Yeah.
And I was like, "No, okay, let's try something different." So that's what he's actually doing. The Shemarrians have already figured that part out.
Well, does he know? I mean, clearly you could assume that since he's seeing us again, that his Balrog didn't kill us, so we either escaped it or took care of it. But he can't know for sure that we destroyed it.
Unless he had bound it, then he would have known it was gone the moment it died. You're not too sure on the specifics. You're not a magic user, but he did summon that thing out of the blood he had accumulated, so it could have been bound to him.
I mean, I could ask him to come talk to us.
No. Now throw this out there. You're not seeing too much of an effect of those cannons and all that stuff moving it, but if you were able to push him through the rift as it shifted, then he would be gone from here.
I think, I brought a really big gun.
It just, is that bubble subject to physics, or does it just stop all? Because there's gunfire and cannons hitting it right now, and he's not, bouncing back or anything like that. It's just plinking off the shield.
All right, Shani, this is your blaze of glory.
Just fly up and take him out.
Fly, tackle him through there, and you go with him. And
roll for persuade. You persuade Shani to give her life for the team.
She's like, now he's a shifter, but if I take him to some place without magic, he's kind of screwed. I can find a way back. I'm an Atlantean. All I have to do is find a...
So we do just need to push him through somehow.
I mean, it's an option, and there's still no way that we know that's going to work. His bubble might stop anybody from even going through.
I mean, I can always shoot it and see what the effect is.
And I can always fly up there to see if it's, if it's just... If it doesn't stop people from going through, if it's just effects. But, if I go up there and I bounce off that shield, I'm pretty much dead. He's just going to turn around and...
Well, we don't
obliterate me.
Even though it looks impressive, like their army's attacking or whatever, we don't really know their weapon capabilities.
Correct.
So I can't assess and say, those bullets are armor piercing, a hollow point, or magic anti, or anything like that. I'll just shoot it. Fuck it. Have a shot at it.
I've already shot at him before, and he just disappeared.
Well, he's at bay right now, so maybe we all shoot at him together. Let our powers combine. Get down.
What? Did you hear the wind chimes?
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
I just figured it was...
Ding, ding,
Yeah, I kept hearing something. I'm like, is there some music playing?
I thought it was the sound, the chime sound, like when Galen typed.
Oh no, there's no speakers attached to
this. I was
this.
going to say, I think maybe you should turn that off. We can hear it.
Yeah.
All right, would you care if I shoot at him?
If you're shooting at him, you're shooting at him.
All right, let's give it a shot.
I suggested a talking round. You're shooting at him.
I mean, what do you mean to say?
He is a glitter boy. That's pretty much all he does.
That's fine.
I can talk to him.
You're shooting at him. I believe you made that decision. Just shoot him.
Right.
Fuck it.
Fuck it. That, yeah, it's wind chime.
I was just hearing that earlier, and I was like,
Growing up in with a mother that was obsessed over wind chimes, that's a common sound.
my mom is too, but I don't live at her house anymore. So.
I would probably skinny to everybody that my weapons system is no longer at max. I do not have full ammo.
Alright, well, Shani is heading back down the mountain because she doesn't want to get blasted off by your sonic boom.
Clear.
Yeah,
I'm sure everybody at this point is running while I
as soon as he came up, I already rolled to
Out
give
of the
him
way.
room and moved out.
5 is a success, and I'm just firing
You
for
get
test
a
shot.
+1 to your shooting. You have -1 because you're wound. You're at medium range, which is technically a... No, it's a... Is it -2? It might be a -2 right at medium. But it's also, he's not moving. It's a stationary target, so +2.
So 6. No raise, just a strike.
It's whatever you rolled, because I think you get a +1, -1, then a +2, and a -2.
Okay, so
So,
5. So
straight roll.
Yeah. All right.
So you gotta hit the bubble.
If you get 100, I'll let you push him through.
What about a 35?
That's pretty good. If
That's
you
still a pretty damn good
if you
roll.
but you didn't stage any die. That's disappointing.
What I did?
You didn't roll any 12s.
Wait, what?
You didn't roll any 12s.
No, that's
Yeah,
how I
you
did.
didn't
No,
stage. You didn't ace. You didn't ace any dice.
So
That would have made me stop and think But yeah, you blasted that thing. Just
it's the only thing I've ever
bounces
seen
off them.
resist.
Yeah, just
the boom
doesn't
of that
even
shot.
move. Not at all.
I know you guys can't see my face, but my jaw is open.
The witchling though disappeared.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like jumped back and just went boop and just disappeared.
Sweet.
I don't know if that's sweet per se. He said it disappeared. He didn't say you.
It didn't.
I didn't vaporize him.
The shifter didn't turn around or anything like that. So
Fuck this guy. He's just
whatever. All right, so the
You're talk to him. Okay.
Boom. All right, I'm pulling out the big die.
For what?
The rift is shifting to another location, so it is it's disappearing from that glass city.
Do you want to get it in and go with it?
And then
Okay.
and it's going to open somewhere new.
I'm guessing he's doing that.
It's a natural thing of rifts to do.
Okay.
From Rift's Earth, they tend to cycle through maybe a couple different places before they close. It's a thing that happens.
So what are you rolling to see which place it goes to?
Correct.
Okay. Do you have 6 ideas in your mind?
Nope,
or
I
is
have
this
3.
So
Underwater.
1 to 2,
Come
3
on,
to 4,
underwater.
5 to 6.
Yep.
Underwater. A bubble of water appears.
It's under in the ocean, just all of a sudden starts flooding the entire foothills. Sea monsters start pouring out.
And then immediately die of suffocation as they ride on the ground.
Can't see his face.
Whose face?
Did you tell Mitch we couldn't see his face? It's right there. What do you mean?
Oh, from inside my Glitter Boy suit. So you guys can't see my face when my jaw is open. When my boom gun didn't have an effect on the enemy.
What?
I was like, I have too much stuff to shave my beard.
Yes. Hi.
4.
It's
We arrive in
worlds.
Candyland.
It starts shifting into another location, and as it does that, you see a... It looks like an ancient city modernized. You see pyramids, you see stone buildings, kind of opens up into like this pavilion, big open area. There's kind of like a bazaar going on, and you see all kinds of crazy things in this bazaar. There's security, like there's turrets and things already set up around this, so this looks like a place that rifts open normally in this place, and they're waiting for it. When it does open, there are things kind of like ready to go and come out of the rift, like go into the rift from wherever that side is. So the first thing you see is a spindly creature. It's got this big one glass mask on. It looks like just one big eye, like visor. It's wearing metallic armor. Doesn't look powered, but it looks possibly magical.
How big is it?
About 7 feet tall. And it's got a staff, and in the staff there's a glass jar at the top, and out of that glass jar is a one-eyed worm kind of looking around. And it's sitting there, and once the rift opens, it kind of like does this thing, signals, and it heads through. And then you see these 2 barges lift off. And in the middle of these barges are these large slug-like creatures with cybernetics on them. And there are 4 women around the barge. And those things take off, and all these little eyes floating start to come. I can show that off.
It looks like this.
Is it a third arm? Is it an arm coming out of like one side, or is it at the middle of its chest? So 2 of those barges pick up and start coming through along with the Overlord. And that's when like the shifter looks down and like he just laughs. And he turns around to you, laughs some more, and then disappears.
Probably should have talked to him. He would have been like, fuck off later.
So,
We don't know.
2 barges, groups of soldiers are coming through. The soldiers have varied gear. They look kind of slave soldiers. Most of them have some type of like cybernetic collar or head clamp on. It looks like a Splugorth slave raiding party, if you knew what Splugorth slave raiding parties were.
As our characters.
As your characters. I mean, you know what Splugorth are. There's common training in Coalition. But you've never seen one in force like this. So it looks like this rift just opened up to Atlantis or another Splugorth-owned property in the galaxy, in a place where they promote rifts opening, just so that they can go through and slave. There's the glitter boy.
Your recoil suppression.
It works really well
pylons.
when these pylons are in, and this is what blows me forward while my gun fires me backwards. When I was shooting at the blood
Rog.
I didn't have the pylons on, so those weren't enough.
Trying to get lost in that book.
There's a couple weird serpentine and centaur power armors that start to walk through with the slave army as well. The centaurs are as big as a glitter boy with an entire back of a, robot horse, essentially. They're 10 feet tall. They've got a big cannon lance and a shield.
So they're like the...
Is the Atlantis book over there?
I was going to say, they're like the Shadowrun centaurs, right?
What does the Atlantis book do?
Isn't that there's a full body conversion, you do centaur leg thing?
Oh, yeah. So Rift's Atlantis. Yeah.
I figured it out. It said Atlantis on it.
It did. So that's the... you can show them that. That's one of the power armors that's coming through, the big serpent. Show them the good screen. It's the serpent power armors. There's a couple of those mixed in with the slave army.
I hate this guy, by the way.
Yeah, this guy's a dick.
I'm sorry, my guy's good. He wouldn't talk to him. It's like there's no way I would be like, "What's up, buddy?"
Yeah, cause like this is kind of like the city looks like, modern, ancient
Rome plus Egypt.
Yeah.
This is why I try to give you that character skinny. Like, look, I've dealt with the dragon.
This is the thing that
talking before
first came through. Looks like it's commanding the forces. I can show that on that. And
just let me hit the mic with the book real quick.
Dunk. Boom. Lastly, come on. Let me get all of the power up.
I saw a thing in there that said tattoo magic. That's what Shani is.
That's what Shani is. So this is the book she comes from.
It's almost like she's Atlantean and this is Atlantis.
What?
What?
The control for my microphone on the outside of my helmet.
Wait, what? That's weird.
Really, just to pull my hand out, I'm like,
That is the centaur.
It's a little more crazy than the Shadowrun centaur.
Mm-hmm.
So the forces in front of us are 2 barges. How many centaur?
So, there's 2 centaurs, 3 snakes, 2 barges with full complement. The 1 conservator, the thing that came through first, plus about 2 to 3 dozen slave warriors that are all equipped variously, melee and tech weaponry. Some have NBC armor, some don't.
Do you want to talk to him?
Shani is like, we should go.
I was just about to say, I think
these things are getting leased. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I think this is one of those points where we might want to run instead of fight.
These things are being released into our world, though, aren't they?
Yep. But it's kind of an overwhelming force coming through. Like, you think you could do some damage, but you'd eventually be overrun.
No, totally. I could take out a barge or 2 before everything else got to me, and then it would be over. Like in close combat.
You'd get a shot at a barge, maybe take it out before those at least 5 power armors focus on you.
Right, well.
I mean, if you want to take a shot and then try to run, take a turn or return fire, because even if you could cripple 1 barge, that would be helpful, but it's also super risky because they, depending on how fast they react, and they are ready for war.
Let's throw the Shemarrians at them. For the honor.
Something tells me that they're probably booking it by now.
All right, follow him. Let's retreat.
All right, you guys turn, run back down to your quads, get in them, go. Shani tells you exactly what they were. She'll go through exactly what I just said.
Mhm.
That's a Splugorth slaving party from some Splugorth world. They're, that shifter didn't bring them here, but that shifter is not scoffing that he just brought another evil faction to this world against us. They're going to descend right on all those towns that are already being sieged by the Broadkill and cause havoc. We now have another enemy to face out here.
So once they come across, are they able to continue coming across? Or is this like a...
Until the rift closes, yeah.
Okay.
Like that thing, you don't know how long it was open to the other world or how long it's going to stay open to theirs.
And the shifter wasn't making that happen. He was just...
He may have opened the rift. They can do that. It's really taxing.
Mm-hmm.
Or he just may have known that a rift was going to open, so he went there to watch it and try to get stuff through it. But yeah, it looked like he was just waiting there for it to shift somewhere else to see what his luck was. Because obviously his luck on the first one wasn't that great.
So he's gambling on slaves.
Yeah. He's gambling on opening up things to demon worlds or places that he can shackle or somehow enslave the things. But the first world fought back. The second world is a force in its own right. That he did not stay. He did not want to. He wasn't even going to take those people on, and he couldn't negotiate with them either. They would have just taken him. They would have attacked him as well. But now that there's a Splugorth raiding party in the world, in this neck of the woods, it's bad. That's definitely what you did not need happening here.
It's only Arkansas. We can move on to Texas.
You keep going to...
we made it to the new frontier.
Keep going to Kansas.
Fuck you guys.
Kansas is fine.
Yeah, right.
Except for that wall storm thing going on. The witches.
So we're just retreating then.
Yeah. So are you heading back to the castle, or do you want to try to just get away from these and maybe see if you can keep tracking down the shifter?
I mean, if these things are not following us, that's our best bet. We're going to have to deal with them at some point anyway.
Alright, so I guess if we get good enough distance away to where these things aren't coming specifically for us.
Okay, you can take your helmet off and look anyway, right?
Yeah, but I don't want to be near them while I do that.
Yeah, you put distance.
Plus, I don't want to take my helmet off while we're on top of a fucking rift and these ley lines. You'll be
nose blind. So you can put some distance between you and them. They can only go as fast as their slave army can move, which is on foot for the most part. Obviously, they're probably going to send those centaurs and maybe a couple of barges out to rove on their own, but they have to come through and get established first. So you put a couple miles between you and them, get away from those ley lines, and you can crack your helmet if you want. Try to get a lay of the land.
I thought you were rolling on the window on your helmet. I'm like, what kind of helmet is this? Nice. There you go.
Right, a 16. 21.
Okay, so you're like...
Squirrel! Got it.
There is something magical about 20 feet above you.
I look up.
There's nothing there.
It's alright, so Sensor Suite's not picking anything up either?
Nope. But, it's right there.
Do you want me to shoot at it?
No. You don't even... You can't see what you're shooting at.
His thing does have a big attack radius. It has a...
I'm literally going to yell, who's there?
Okay. The smell gets really strong, and then all of a sudden there's a witchling on, like, she's got your helmet, like, because you had cracked it open like this, and she's trying to bite your face.
Cool.
Like, she just, all of a sudden, like, you just see this thing appear on his face, and she's like, yeah, she's like this big. Like,
hold still!
Yeah. She's like this big. Hold it still! Oh! But yeah, the thing, like, it's like this big, and it's like, long, spindly talons, and think of like a deadite from, Army of Darkness, something like that. The green pallid skin, the hooked nose, the freaking nasty ass teeth, and it's like trying to bite your face off.
The leprechaun from those Snoop movies.
From the which?
The Snoop's in like Leprechaun 4, I think.
The Snoops?
I'm just saying this. I was making a joke about that. Every time I refer to Leprechaun, the movie, I'm like, oh, that movie with Snoop in it. He's like number 4. It's like in the hood.
This is Leprechaun in the Hood.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure number 4 is in the hood.
The Broadkill. And the...
Are we looking for a witch thing?
Yes, we are.
Please stop it.
I'm 28 to hit you. What's your parry? Jesus. This thing had it out for you. Ugh.
Were you rolling D6 that whole time?
Yeah.
You kept getting
6,
sixes?
12, 18, 24, 4. So 28. All right. Don't worry. It's not that strong.
How many raises did it just get?
No, 1 because it's just an attack.
Yeah, that's right. That definitely just bit my face.
It definitely just bit your face. 5.
Seriously?
Yeah. What's your toughness? Like your toughness, no armor?
Without armor?
Yeah.
6.
Yeah, so. That all those 6s, and I roll 3 6s and get 3 1 1. I rolled a 28 to hit him. 28
and then
on a D6.
And he did 4 damage.
6, 12, 18, 24, another 4, so 28.
Jesus.
And then I roll 3d6 and get 3 1 1. So I was like, it's just like, just like kind of on your fur.
It's like nibbling
like,
on my snout.
Yeah, nibbling on your snout. And it's like, its breath fucking is rancid. Its drool and spittle is getting on you.
This is like that shirt that guy's team had made for him because he's like notoriously bad roller. It was like, you sneak up on the orc and attempt to push him off the cliff. You caress his back lightly. He's uncomfortable.
Did you read the rest of that?
No.
The orc turns around and tries to attack you. He rolls a 1 and like, I think it caresses your face. And then it's like a dozen critical failures later, and Grog is in the garden thinking about how he met his husband. Reminiscing on that time how he met his husband. So yeah, it just kind of nah, and then kind of breaks off from you.
I didn't hear that as nah. At first I heard it as like na. Like it kind of goes na, and then goes what? Na.
Okay.
Sha-na-na.
If I break this off,
Like it's still like all up in your face. It's just not, its mouth isn't locked on your.
Can I reach
nozzle.
over and
Pull it off?
yeah?
Sure, give it a shot.
Would that be
Fighting.
I don't have that, but I have Brawler.
Okay.
Martial Arts Edge.
Man, you took all that and you didn't have any fighting?
How did that happen?
We fucked up on some of your shit, I guess.
Oh, fighting's right there.
There.
D4. Cool.
Gotta have a D4.
I was like, wait, what? Still a D4 though.
You got
What's the martial arts edge? What does that do?
You're never considered unarmed, and you do an extra
right.
D4 damage.
So I get 2d4 for this.
Damage. You D4 and wild die.
Okay.
Sure. What's the brawler do?
I don't know. It's brawler edge. I don't remember.
Yeah, I think that's also you're not considered unarmed.
Breaking things. No.
It is also you're not considered unarmed and get extra damage. I thought
it was extra damage as well.
So you do a lot of extra damage with your stuff. Do. Roll. Pretty good fight with bare hands. When you hit the foe with a successful barehanded fighting roll, it's plus 2 the damage. So you get an extra D4 plus 2 when you're fighting, even in your power armor, if you're not using your...
I get an extra D4 plus 2.
For damage.
For damage. Okay, sorry. I said that like 3 times. That's something different.
Hey.
4. 5.
5.
This is like a cold shot. It's small. It's way smaller than you. So you're going to miss unless you want to spend a Benny to add a D6.
2, so...
That's enough. Because you have a -1 from wound and -2 for size. So that's get you just at a 4.
Gotcha. Okay, so then I get 2d4 for the damage? Oh, no, sorry.
You get your strength in the power armor. So the strength of your power armor is like D12 plus 4 or something crazy like that. It's on your...
Yeah, it is. And then I get a d4.
Then you get
2d4.
Hold on. Look up your power armor. It's in that box right there underneath the... Look up your unarmed.
Melee strength plus d6 mega damage, not considered unarmed.
So d12 plus 4 plus d6 plus d4. And then
I add 2.
And then you add 2.
Yeah.
Well, you add 6 technically.
Oh, okay.
Because D12 plus 4.
Oh, that's right.
D12
Plus 2,
plus 6.
So 6, 14.
And that's a 6 and a 4.
18. So this is 21.
And
22. 24.
24, and that's with the plus 6?
No. So 30 altogether.
So you're like...
I liquefy it.
You take this thing and toss it. You hear, you feel it kind of crunch, and the thing freaking screams.
It's like watching an ape attack a chimpanzee. You just flip it around and throw it. Done.
And you grab that thing, just toss it. It's it flies through the air, just tumbles through the air, and then stops itself. But it looks like all messed up, and then it's and disappears. You just saw this big silver hand come down from behind this thing as this is all, and you just saw all the joy get crushed out of her little evil face. The smell of magic quickly recedes.
That's much better than Iggy would have done. Burst? Oh, you rolled a 1. You catch Beethoven on fire again.
The thing has turned invisible and fled.
Sorry, you alright?
Yeah, I'm fine. That was fucking weird, though. So that thing apparently was intending to follow us? Trail us? Mark us? I don't know.
So we're definitely interesting to whoever's behind this.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to try to chase it some more?
You can track it.
It smells all over your face and be easy to pick up.
You see Shani comes up with a towel, a little hand towel. It's getting the crap off your fur. Don't swallow any of that.
It's better than if I did it.
They are Yeah. Like those things are just probably trying to infect you with something.
Alright,
Did it break your skin?
No. Fortunately. Alright, so tracking then.
Yep.
I'm not happy about the Splugor, but at least we're still on the thing.
5.
There you go.
+2, so 7.
Mm-hmm.
So close to a raise.
Can I assist with my nothing that I have to assist in?
And like even Shani can assist because
Yeah.
it's not leaving tracks; it's flying and invisible. Like she can't.
You're
help
tracking
at all.
it through scent, basically.
Yeah, scent in the magic sense. So you start kind of stumbling through, following it, picking up its trail. Not it's tries to get some altitude or zigzag through stuff. You're getting a general sense though that it is going like southwest ish.
So this rifting crap was to the west originally.
Yep.
But now this thing is going basically that way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm down for the chase if you are. If you want to keep going.
That's...
You're getting you have your map and all that kind of stuff. It is getting awfully, not awfully close, but it is going towards the direction where that gargoyle mine was. Like this is all going that way. Like,
I think we follow it, keep it, obviously, still want to stay out of range of this, what do they call it, Slurgers?
Splugorth. Yeah.
Splugorths.
They're off to the north, so
Okay. I'm just making sure
you're leaving them
they're not
behind.
just coming straight east
Yeah.
and we're like, okay, we're going this way now.
I still have some ammo left, so it'll be okay.
You still have some ammo left. Getting pretty low, right?
Well, you'd think that if this is how much ammo you had and you don't get to shoot all the time, like 5 shots out of the clip would be like, oh man, I've used the hell out of this thing today.
Like, just imagine if you didn't have a base of operations and like you're down 50, 60 shots, like,
Or
and
if I
you're
had
starting
been-
to think like,
Yeah, like these things are like 250 credits a fucking fire or something. No, 2,500 credits a shot, I think, or something like that.
it's
It's not that bad.
the repair bill is pretty bad, but I can't remember what they are. They're expensive as hell.
Regardless, we're following, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it eventually goes into a rift, like into a ley line. So it makes its way to a ley line, and your senses just start coming overcome. You can try to go through the rift, and then, go through the ley line and see if you can pick up the trail on the other side. But if it, just like going through a stream, if it went up or down the ley line and then came out somewhere else, it'd be really hard to find. So, and it's also late, very late now. I mean, it's past midnight into the early morning hours. So you can maybe stop before the ley line, rest, and then try to pick up the trail the next morning on the other side. Or you gonna stop here for the night, or you gonna keep chasing it, or
I'm down. I'm sorry I shot the thing when you told me to talk to it.
close up your armor.
I'm a good guy.
and
Nothing's
cut
been
off your
attacking
senses,
at least,
or
but you're still. Wow.
you put some barbecue sauce in that, or
You're still more or less in charge, so I will defer to your instruction. Hell of Al's put you in charge.
I guess let's stop where we are for the night. Get some rest. Going into that ley line, it's gonna be hard to pick up its sense again, but we'll give it a shot in the morning.
Makes sense.
if you get close enough to the mountain, they've got the relay on that up and running again, or on top of the mine mountain. His suit with a relay can send a message 500 miles, so you can get a message back to Castle Refuge.
You fucking American. Just need to send a message.
Just send a message.
Someone might have to die to do it, but I send a message.
Again. It doesn't have the ammo prices in here. Is that in there?
Say that one more time. Sorry.
Ammo prices?
That's what I'm looking for. I don't see it. But we'll talk about it later, but I don't see any. I don't see a price for it. I think that's kind of why they gave you the big thing. Like, you don't need to win if your character survives long enough to need to reload. Then money's not really the issue anymore. The sonic boom will also affect the physical surroundings by shaking buildings and shattering standard damage class windows within 300 feet of the boom.
Uh, 30,000 credits for a full reload. So it's 300 credits a shot.
So I was pretty close. I said 400, I think.
You said 250.
250 is what I said.
Yeah. So just 50 off.
I didn't make that number up. I was
Yeah.
like, that number's not a fake number.
So, you're stopping for the night.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of get away from the area, so you're not just like in the same path that thing just was. Find a nice little, got some rocks, got some defensible position. Hunker down for the evening.
Some cover to.
Yep.
Obviously, keep his armor like hidden,
That's gonna.
more or less.
I'm gonna need to work on it, so I can't put it too deep, but we can lay it down or something.
Yeah, you just crouch it, just kneel it.
Give it the old Gasaraki.
And then,
Also an anime nobody's ever watched.
what?
Gasaraki. That's one of those I was talking about to somebody the other day. They're like, what? I'm like, no, I didn't make that up. It's a real thing.
And you were getting out, I'm assuming, just
Yeah,
to
I'm
work on
cracking
it.
out. I gotta put some elbow grease on it.
Okay. Shani will make some rations up, make some food up. While everyone's cleaning guns and picking dirt and stuff out of armor. And
I'm like, can I borrow your tail for a second?
freaking squeegeeing the gun with this tail, squeegeeing the barrel.
Do I need to use my fire starter kit to start a fire?
Why not? You got ropes.
And if you want, Shani can also, get a fire started.
I think we're all more or less capable of making fire.
Well,
She pulls out her little lighter and just
before you just made the fire.
Before we had just automatic fire.
yeah, all the time, and you're never cold. Like that's a new thing. That's like Iggy's gone. Like
Yeah,
it's
right.
cold out.
In real life, that would annoy the hell out of me. I get overheated so quick by like electric heat or by sitting in front of the fire. Like I always have to have like 2 or 3 more steps back. If one of us was always on fire, I'd be like, dude, I can't hang out with you anymore.
I can't do this.
Like, God, you're choking me. I feel so thirsty.
So you guys eat, do a watch rotation. Like you take first watch since you're already going to be up fixing your armor anyway. Shani was like, wake me up whenever. And she passes out, kind of leaning up against her quad.
What?
We sleep in rotation.
Okay.
Yes. He's taking first watch because he's going to be up fixing his armor anyway.
Does he see anything?
I can notice, right?
Yeah, you can. -2 because you are distracted by working.
I was just about to say, dude, the diamond one. Where
Yes.
is it? What the hell, man? I cannot see them. I can only see in like. Oh my god. Is it invisible by 6? No, I can't see it.
2?
I don't notice shit. Here, I'm re-rolling that. I know it's just a notice, but this will be that one time. I just go back to sleep. Alright.
8.
Fucking A. 10. -2, so 8.
You don't notice anything. I mean, like, nothing seems to occur. You hear normal wildlife around you, so it doesn't seem like there's anything disturbing it, anything supernatural that's... You hear birds, you hear a couple howls in the distance, you hear little skittering nighttime rodents through the underbrush.
You successfully break into the archive.
Success breaking the archive and find everything missing.
Right. It was so hard not to be like, you guys should go look someplace else, because I like already wrote where this stuff was. How about
Gave us a
wounds?
lead. We took it.
You did. Wounds, I can take that off. Rest, food, and junk like that, right? No, I'm still in battle?
No, healing is once a week.
No, okay.
Unless you ask Shani next
No,
week.
it's all good. I'm
Because,
okay.
I mean, she has the PPE to spin now.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm still a little sore.
Yeah, before you go to sleep, you say that you're still like got that.
So she's got
like-
the next shift then.
No. Before she goes to sleep,
Okay.
I like how you're
like
like,
as she makes food and all that stuff.
literally like
It's
it's imaginary sleeping schedule, but you're still like, so your watch is next. Like you angrily want the third shift.
You want to sleep you want to sleep interrupted the longest.
Yeah, right.
Like, well, she's like handing out the food and all that stuff. You like kind of show off you still have that where the thing grabbed you.
I'm burned real bad.
Yeah, it looks like a handprint burned into your skin, and she'll grab her chest and then pull out her healing goo from her heart. And successfully heals you. So.
Oh, I unsuccessfully wipe it away. Wipe off the mark 1, add an extra mark.
It's smeared into the other 2. Like, I just gave myself 2 more wounds.
Get it on your dress shirt. Like, oh, ruined a shirt.
So, you pair your...
Like you're angry about the order of sleeping.
That's the thing, like, even like in D&D, like, everyone's like,
it.
I'll take the first, I'll take the last, and everyone else like, damn it! Like, and the priests and the wizards that have to concentrate, like, I need to honor him to sleep, so I have to take last watch or first watch, and it's pretty funny how people fight over that imaginary sleep schedule. Who the hell wants to...
The only video game I've ever played that really incorporated that really well was the first Final Fantasy. I downloaded it on my phone a couple years ago, and it's a map exploration game, and you get into random battle as you go to like place to place or whatever. But when you leave town, the magic points that you have are the magic points you have. There are no getting them back until you go back to town and sleep. You can't sleep in the dungeon. You can't sleep in the wild because you can't concentrate. So it turns into this real struggle of like, okay, so if I get into random encounter, these guys can't do anything. They have to like skip a turn or defend. So it really becomes your fighters' chances. Your fighters have to take care of you until you get to the actual like like dungeon, and once you do the dungeon, then it becomes turn-based where you're like, okay, I'm assuming there's 3 to 4 levels. The first level is still like pure fighter, maybe once have a heal just because we finally made it. It's not until you get to the end. And then by the time you finally get to use your black mage, you're like, oh, thank God. Fire. Awesome. Okay. Move on. Like, and then when you're done with it, you have to remember that you have to go back to this Final Fantasy. And the number 1 was very much like, fuck you. So when you're done, you're like, okay, cool. Walk back home. So you have to walk back up to the tower, which is no big deal. The dungeon's cleared. But then you have to make it across the wilderness back to base. Mm-hmm. With a tired mage and a white mage who's useless at this point. It's like now you have a fighter and a thief, and you're like, dude, how many potions do you have? 43? I bought 43 potions because I don't know what else to do.
So who do you wake up after your watch?
I would probably wake up Shani. His tail is what he was doing the whole...
Imaginary bicycle.
Yeah. Swimming. Oh, look, he's swimming.
Cat that crashes his imaginary bicycle.
Oh, you're in your power armor. It's like, woo, 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 woo. You can hear the servos.
I hope you're not in your power armor. He can sleep in his power armor for 72 hours. It's much less for you.
Well, then after 72 hours, I have to roll for 1d4 weeks for fatigue and stuff like that.
You start getting fatigue, but you can stay in there for 3 weeks without...
As long as my 10 gallons of water holds out. And even then I can replenish that and stay inside, but it's crazy.
Dump your shit bag out every once in a while.
That would be horrible. You look over and all of a sudden the glitter boy makes a weird squat and it's like... It's like, what the fuck? Sorry, 3 days worth of shit all at once. Why is it white? It's protein paste, man. That's all I've been eating for like a week now.
Shani wakes you up.
Cool.
She noticed nothing.
It's already light out because you guys got to sleep late, so it's morning already. But Shani's like, I'm going back to sleep for a couple hours. So. Notes.
5 plus 2, right? 7.
7.
Yeah, we're not close enough to the ley line.
Yeah, you got away from it, so you're not messing yourself up. You notice nothing?
You notice the documents are on loan.
Yeah, you find the vault. So you let them sleep for a couple more hours and then get them up. Get them up. Get up, you little doggies.
Fuba trip.
Oh, the big doggies. These little doggies. It's cute.
There's a line in... Have you seen Dogma?
Mm-hmm.
So I've watched it hundreds of times. I can't find anything about it online. I've never seen an interview about it. I can't read anything like that. So they're on the train, and Bartleby and Loki are talking to, Jay and Silent Bob and the Last Scion, but they have Rufus is asleep in the train car, and he's sleeping on his shoe, and he wakes up, kind of just starts awake, and he goes, Fuba Trip. He says, Fuba Trip, Fubatrip. I've listened to it dozens and probably in the 30 or 40 range. Fuba Trip. And he just goes, Fuba Trip. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? I've typed it into Google, I've typed it into Bing, I've tried to look it up. I have no idea what that was. It's like one of those like inside joke things. So every time someone's like, I go, Fuba Trip. And the only person that ever gets it is my brother. Now you guys will know too. Be like, a Fuba Trip. I'm like, what is that? Like, I have no idea what a Fuba Trip is.
Fuba Trip. So, you're up. There's Splugorth to the east of you. Gargoyles to the west. Here you are. Stuck in the middle with you. There's probably no gargoyles still to the west, but just bad memories of gargoyles to the west.
Cut my fucking ear off.
Torch you. I like that. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
I like that.
Kind of at this point, shouldn't the Splurgorths or whatever be north of us?
Yeah, they're north.
Well, they send a slaving force like that, it probably spreads.
Yeah, it's probably like if it's gone straight south out of the rift, then it's to your east now. If it's, it could have gone any direction. It could have gone north. Just double backed and went past the rift. Who knows? They're out there.
Because earlier you said they were north as we were going southwest. That's why I was like...
Yeah. So they're still both.
I'll get in my armor.
You get armored up.
I was put my armor back on.
What do you smell, Pete?
We're going to go through the ley line
To
the other side of it.
Then you're going to rove.
And then I'm going to...
north and south and try to pick up the
far enough away to where I'm not like...
Well, you're pretty excited. I've never been in a rift before.
Ley line.
Oh, ley line. Sorry.
You've been through ley lines before.
Oh, I have.
So it's impossible not to cross one eventually.
Yeah.
They're all over. They're like no one would be able to.
You had your chance
settle
to go through a
anywhere.
rift. You could have maybe took a leap at the dude and seen what happened.
Later.
Oh, Mitch just lost
Look how
another
shiny.
character.
I know, look how shiny.
I don't know what I've done if you asked me to if you really asked Shani to go try to tackle him through the rift.
Yeah, right.
That would have been hilarious.
Well, it's like when you brought
Missed
both,
our chance.
when you brought both hands down on me.
NPC.
Because I knew that this thing was big, and I didn't know it was that big. But when you brought both hands down and slammed me to 2 injuries, I was like, all right, so, I mean, I was a techno wizard before. I mean, it might be fun to
do that again. It's like once you lose one character, you just can't keep another character for more than a session. Like, shit. Dead.
Cross the river, double
I'm
once, you drown.
really-
Fuck! Like, in my arm right now.
I mean, you had bennies to soak, but I'm really glad I didn't get 3-4 wounds on you in one shot.
It's pretty close. I got lucky too. Rolling 41 for damage is pretty insane.
And it's 40-12, plus the d6 when you raise it, like
Plus a natural 6.
yeah,
And then size.
You're supposed to do a lot of damage.
that's your job. That's why there's things with 58 toughness.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right, so we should move on.
Yep. So you go through. You start roving north and south to try to pick up a trail.
It's tracking, right?
It's tracking, but the trail is cold now, and it went through a ley line, so -2. So you're just straight roll.
Very good. Good boy.
Good boy.
Steven.
I know you're
Almost
so
the raise.
close.
Almost the raise. But you do pick up a faint smell, and it smells like that corrupted, putrid magic that you are now
Smells like that stuff that was right
intimately
there.
acquainted with.
I do like that your rolls are better than our normal fail, but they're right on the cusp of bonus every time. I'm like,
I like how it's like you're still rolling a 1 every time.
Yeah,
it's just
right.
after you roll a 6. Or
Actually,
an
you're
8.
pretty good about that too. Early on in the game, he was rolling a bunch of 7s and 9s, anything, whatever dice type it was +1.
So you do pick up the trail on the other side. That's to the north, more to the north of the ley line. So it went into the ley line, went north, and cut out. It's going up into some mountainous terrain up there.
So we're going to be headed northwestish.
Yes.
Okay. Let's follow it.
Yep. This is getting up into the mountains when you're going back through heavy foothills and getting up into some serious terrain up here.
Our vehicle's going to handle it, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Again, remember they have those weird wheels that can even grab onto stuff. You can take these almost up sheer surfaces if you can find enough nooks and crannies, and you just Superman off of it, climb up.
These are recreational goat vehicles.
Yep. And you can just climb and pile on your way up and smash your claws in and climb. Yeah. So, you have even without the pylons, you have the tow hooks. You smash those into the wall and clamp. So, when you can't find a trail, you do some climbing. Get to the top or little, plateaus of the mountains and pick up the scent again. It isn't long before I need you to make a notice check.
7, which I'll do with my helmet off. So 9.
You.
I did it! I got a raise!
You're starting to spot like an easier path trail up in here. Like at least it seems like there's now an area where like it's more easy to navigate up. Like it looks like areas, and then that's when you noticed a couple broadkill sitting up in what seems to be like an overlook spot. They're kind of like looking like you're climbing up over here, and then they're up in this area. They're looking down to the south off of this like overlook spot. So
they have not noticed us.
They have not noticed you yet. But if you continue to move and climb, they're obviously going to hear and see him.
Am I in position to fire from where I'm at?
Nope. You're still like moving up and climbing. You don't even like your feet are just kind of dangling over nothing. Like
Gotcha.
You have to finish the climb up and then find a place to plant, and that will give them a notice check to see if they can.
So I'll wait here while you do what you gotta do. I mean, I find a spot, I guess, that I can hang on and chill.
There's 2, right? There's 2. Are they? Did I notice if they're cybered up? If they're
cybered, yeah.
Got the big guns, got smaller guns.
They got some pretty heavy weaponry. Looks like they can fire down at whatever might be coming up the mountain or whatever they're looking at down to the south.
And how are me and Shani positioning? Is our vehicles like attached to shit?
Yeah, like you're up kind of flat, like you were waiting for him to come up, and you'd already kind of like gotten up behind some rocks, and you were just bringing it up around, and you saw them and backed up. So you're up in a flat position. He was just like your vehicles got up faster, and he had to climb up a different way. So you and Shani could get off the vehicles and try to sneak up there if you want.
All right, let's do that.
Use my intercom.
You guys okay up there?
No,
No, stop!
Shh. Is that Vernon in there?
Stealth.
Ooh, that's yeah.
What?
There we go.
Yeah. I would do it, but that's me, not you.
Like I got a 4.
Do
I just don't know if it's worth it because like if I only add 2 to 3, it's still.
So my only issue is
it's
right 4. Now. If you get into combat right now, I'm gonna need a whole turn to get up, a whole turn to get ready, and then I can fire. I'm 3 turns behind you, so if you get caught, it's gonna take me a while to catch up.
The higher your stealth, the higher their difficulty is to spot you.
I like forced you to do that. Deyton, use your fucking bang. I go to sleep last or first.
Hey.
There you go.
Hey.
Fuck yeah, 9.
Hey.
Hell yeah.
Fuck.
So you guys are sneaking up, you're coming up around them. You use the rocks to your advantage, and then you get around. What are you looking at?
Well, you dropped 1 at an 8, but you didn't re-roll anything.
No,
so
I didn't. It was a 1 and a 5.
Okay.
So it was that.
So you rolled a 5 for notice, though, right?
I rolled a 1 and a 5.
Yeah.
So I would have spotted
Okay.
you if you left it at a 4.
Yeah, that was the question. Was like that. Was that necessary or not?
There's like one that's talking, and the other one's just like, and it looks like he's talking incessantly, like rah, 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 rah. And the other one you just see doing that. Is trying to ignore, like looking, pretending like he's looking out, like really dutifully over the mountain, and just like yeah, like. So a little bit distracted. But you and Shani can get up into whatever position you want to take these things on. She armors up and pulls out her sword.
Alright. So I just kind of look at Shani and nod.
Mm-hmm.
I assume that she'll know that I'll go for one, she'll go for the other.
Yep, you've lined up, one's on the left, one's on the right, so...
You guys okay up there? Right at 1.
That's how I counted. 3, 2,
So she's going to charge one, and you're going to blast the other. Or
Your
are you going to charge the other?
Yeah.
Your 0 could even be me. You're like 3, 2, 1, 0. Just do it.
All right.
It's Vibroclaw time.
Vibro Claws.
Is this just a fighting check?
Oh, yeah. If you want, you can charge, which will give you a +2.
Fuck yeah.
Since you have enough room to move. Go, go, go!
So just a fighting check +2. Right?
Fighting check +2.
I'll take a 7. Just short of that.
Right underneath it.
I can raise.
No, I was like, no.
I need razors. It's like, oh, I raise. Okay, because it's like a poach. In this instance, it's
Their
a 7.
parry is a 6, so as long as you got a 6 or higher, you hit it.
7.
Well,
So
7.
roll your damage.
Strength.
Well, your
What's
Viral
these?
Claws are mega damage, right?
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
and they're like 4 armor.
4
piercing?
armor piercing, yeah.
Dang.
Strength plus a d8. So it's.
I guess you did brain a dog boy through his chin.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
You can spend a minute to reroll damage.
It's like one's
Still
good,
pretty-
one's kind of.
I think that's going to be about the best you're going to get. I don't know. You can't roll to add a d6 to damage. It's only reroll.
No,
Yeah.
total reroll.
Let's just leave it where it's at. You did 9.
Okay. What'd you get?
9.
9. Shani goes up and shakes hers, and you bounce off yours. Hit him right in his cybernetic arm, which deflects the blow.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Even with 4 armor?
Even with 4. That actually just takes out their cybernetic armor. And then they have their normal broad kill armor, and then their toughness. Ten of clubs and a 9 of spades.
I know what I'm going to do on my
Not
turn.
good. It says
Sorry.
Okay.
5 of diamonds and king of hearts.
Hey, where's that king?
7 for Shani. And 3 of clubs for the broad kill. I like how you also, like, you guys, like, didn't even care where the Shemarrians ended up. You're like, eh.
He's been so against them for so long, I'm like, I'll just not talk about it.
I mean, they didn't follow. I meant to ask earlier, actually, like, are they still with us, or did they just...
And they ran off when, well, who knows when they ran off. They got separated from you when the Splugorth army came out.
Okay, yeah. I don't really give a shit about fucking shit.
I don't give a shit about your Shemarrians. I can
What's
watch
your
your
Shemarrians
Shemarrians fall off their mounts all day. I don't give a shit about your Shemarrians. Alright, you're up.
I still feel like I'm gonna take another swing at the one. Because I have a funny feeling I may not want to make a lot of noise. So. It's the best I got.
It's the best you got.
That's not good. It's a success.
Is it though?
4, right?
No, it'd be a 3.
Oh, it's a 1. I thought it was a 4. Yeah, that's not a... That's a failure.
Yeah, you need to get a 6 or higher to hit him.
Thinking reroll. I'm thinking reroll.
Yeah, go for it. I mean, Because you would still need a 3 on your D6, and you just only have 50 chance of that, so.
Hey, there we go.
Yeah, right on.
13?
That is a hit with a raise.
I did the raise thing.
Finally.
So I did
Only cost you a penny.
D8, D6. I think these are supposed to be good for me. Oh, would that be a 9 again?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Add a d6.
But I can't add a d6.
Oh, no, you can't. Not damage. You just
I
have
mean,
to
I
roll.
could re-roll.
Might as well. I mean, you've used your bennies up. Let's just do it.
Okay, here we go.
You don't want these things getting an alarm off. They're obviously out here watching for
Plus your
something.
bennies are getting dusty.
Hey. So there's at least 12. Right?
Mm-hmm.
14.
That's much better than 9. Yeah.
We added.
Uh, 14?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yours is shaken.
No, they're both shaking.
Now they're both shaken.
Well, that's me next. Continue climbing up the hill.
Okay. You reach the top.
I know what I'm doing for my
I know, right? Well, I had to wait. You guys are... Actually, did you want me just to hold? Do you want me to stay on their side? Because if they get away, then they'll know I'm here.
Yeah.
Now
So
you,
right now,
Call out.
you might as well move up to a position.
Well, I can't fire on them because then they'll give away our position for like hundreds of yards. You know, blow windows out.
18, 15, oh no, 9, 10. Damn it. She carves into hers. It looks wounded pretty badly. It yells out. "Ah!" It was the talkative one. He still sounds annoying.
But she wounded it.
She wounded it. Yes. Pretty badly.
And now,
He's annoying.
now they both
He's
have to recover.
Now they both have to recover.
Every time he talks to him, you talk to him, he tries to convert you. Do you have a second to talk about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ? Like, oh my God!
What?
This
Come
broad kills
on.
so fucking much. Steve, shut up. The broad kill named Steve.
Yours recovers from shaken. Hers does not. Of course. He pulls out a vibro sword and attacks you.
Fuck this guy.
Junk. Screw that guy. Mm-hmm. What's your parry? Never mind. He moves this. You got a 2. You're like, yeah.
What's your parry? Don't worry about it.
Higher than a 2. 9 and a 6.
Oh, that's not good.
I mean, you're still just planting and doing all that
That's
stuff.
fine. 'Cause
Well, I
then
can't plant and shoot, so I might come over and
Here
hit
comes my
That's true.
queen and something.
Another flush, but 10 and 8.
Fuck.
So,
It's Mumra
Shani gets
again.
an ace of clubs,
Did you get Mumra again?
I did get Mumra.
and they got a jack of clubs.
Shani, do it. Kill both of them.
Do it, Shani. Do it. Gotta raise that.
I got the Praxis card. Except this guy has an actual name. I forget what it is, so.
Lord Coke.
There you go.
The other one looks like a crazy.
Hmm?
The other one looks like a crazy.
What is it on? No, it's a juicer.
It's
from Juicer Uprising. Front cover.
Duh.
You win.
She finishes hers off.
Like she kills him?
Yep.
No, she jerks him off.
That's what I was like.
Critical
As soon as
failure.
I'm like,
Finish the job.
we almost let that one slip.
Yours, yes, none of you guys have. So, yours is attacking you again.
Bring your weak shit on.
Fuck.
9. What's your parry?
6.
It did not get you with a raise, though. So, there's that. You only got a 9.
It just hits you really hard.
Yeah.
It's okay, I got this brand new armor that's got to get through. That's
What's your armor? What's your total toughness with armor?
15.
And how much of that is armor?
7.
Okay. It's taken 4 of that off, so it needs to...
Because
It has AP 4.
having the armor on gives me +2 toughness, though.
Yeah, that it can't take away.
So that's 8 toughness, and then the 7 plus armor. So
It's 15.
Okay.
Yeah. And it takes 4 of the armor away, so it's now attacking against your 11. Strength D12. Vibro sword D10.
Those are big numbers. Both those numbers are
Yeah.
close to 11.
Uh-oh.
Teen.
Do I have a Benny to soak? Fuck
So it's 18 against the 11, so 11 to 15 is 1 wound, and 15 to 19, so just a single wound. It doesn't get the second wound off. Yeah. So shaken in a wound. Sure. You come here to die, dog.
My turn, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Spirit check for the...
Shaken.
Right. And I do not get the wild die.
You do, yeah.
Yeah,
Trick check.
everything.
I don't get
Not
shaken
damage.
as much as
Not
this
damage.
guy,
Yeah.
so I kind of forget.
You don't get it for damage from melee, like even though it has strength in it. It's not a trait check. for damage.
6.
That succeeds, so you are unshaken and can act.
Fighting again.
Shoot. Gonna do something? Come on.
At a -1.
Yep.
Right. So 4.
That'll miss.
Oh, fuck me.
It's got a parry of 6. You know this.
Alright. I'm gonna grapple with this thing.
Okay. So you move up and grab it. Technically, you're a brawler and martial artist.
Mm-hmm.
You've been in a lot of scraps, but your fighting's only D4, so you're not like really good at it.
Yeah.
You just got beat up a lot.
Hey.
7.
That hits. Barely. And technically you're ganging up on it now,
Yeah.
so
And the damage from that.
is the D12 plus 4
That's right. That's what it was.
plus the D10 from the armor, right?
Mm-hmm.
Plus the D4 from your martial artist. Plus
My
2,
wild dice.
so 6.
Oh,
No wild die. So it's D12, D6, D12, D10, D4 plus 6.
Fuck off, dude. That's 6.
3, 2,
I rolled a
1.
6
6.
with all that fucking dice right there.
Wow.
12.
Okay, what's
You get to
what's
reroll
the
that one.
Oh, I rolled 12, 16, 18,
Plus 6.
plus 6,
so 24.
24.
What's the AP on? I just want to know
On what?
on your melee. It should say under your fighting, like when it said strength plus D10.
Oh.
Yeah.
Strength plus D6 mega damage.
Oh, D6, not a D10. Okay. Anyway, what does it say after that?
Nothing. That's where it stops.
Okay.
Not considered unarmed.
All right. So no AP.
No AP.
So it's strength plus D6, not D10. We'll remember that next time. I thought it was a D10. So your roll would be D12 plus 4 plus D6 plus D4 plus 2.
Oh, it would be a D10 plus 4, not D12 plus 4.
No, D12. Your strength and your armor is D12 plus 4, right?
Yes.
Then that says your melee damage is strength plus D6. Okay. I thought it was a strength plus D10.
Gotcha. I see what we're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I'll fix it.
That's, but you still did a ton. So you just again the grab, crush shoulder, toss him off mountain.
Hopefully you tossed him from where we just came.
I probably would have tossed him straight down and kind of
just down where he was looking, his Overwatch point.
Does he look happy now?
Oh, who? Him?
No.
The Broadkill looks dead.
Is the blood not capable of looking happy?
The Broadkill looks very dead.
You put a hole in his chest. Does it look happy now? That's it, right?
That's it, yeah.
Yeah.
Shani drags the other Broadkill and pushes him off the mountain. One of them had a railgun that you can carry. It's a mini railgun.
Did either of them have a melee weapon? He had a sword, right? Vibro sword?
He had a vibro sword, yeah.
Can I carry that in my armor?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Makes my melee a little better. Something quiet to hit with.
You won't get that extra D4, but it is a strength plus D10. So you'd get...
I'll take it.
Strength plus D10, so D12 plus 4 plus D10,
yeah,
AP 4.
Perfect. I'll take it. That way, if it doesn't work out for me, I can always go back to hitting stuff.
Yeah, and something you can keep around to sell.
All right, we'll write this stuff down.
Vibro sword is strength plus D10, AP 4. And it is, they're 10 feet tall, you're 10 feet tall. It's perfect. You want to take the mini railgun?
Might as well.
Fuck yeah. You get all those weapons. You're armed to the fucking K9s.
I don't even know why I haven't dropped my little stupid laser pistol yet. I'm not going to use that thing.
Hey, it's always great to have something to plink it.
I was going to say...
Varmints or...
Don't get rid of it because the GM will write a reason to have it.
One day,
you throw your pistol.
You're going to need to just distract something or, get something's attention that's an MD creature and that's I just have this little pistol I can plink at it.
Throw in that pistol. In the next town, you find a pistol aiming contest. Pistols cost 43,000 credits. You son of a bitch.
It's the only way you can get the money to get out of here.
The grand prize is that stone you're looking for.
Who would have thought? Right into armor, just goes right into armor. Right. Here we are. Light railgun, TX50 light railgun. What you need next? Range? 75, 150, 300.
5, 150, 300. Damage?
2d8 plus 2.
That's not bad.
AP?
4.
It's a railgun.
Rate of fire?
3.
Nice.
I don't know that I really need the weight, but...
70.
Are there any notes?
Shots are 20. Mega damage, no snapfire penalty. Shots equal how many bursts you have. Minimum strength D10. So, what's your strength?
D8.
And what is it in the power armor?
D12 plus 2.
There you go. That's why power armors can get the heavier weapons.
So 20 shots. It's their mega damage. And what else?
No snapfire penalty, so you can move then shoot with it.
I mean, I already have like everything else that lets me move and shoot at this point.
Rock and roll and steady hands. All right. You have a railgun. You have a sword.
All right.
Good job.
Yeah.
You're like totally. Are you throwing on a mountain this time? I didn't think about that.
Damn, I kind of wish you made the character so he does do that on accident all the time.
Constantly like ding. Oh, one of my knives continuously forgets that he's like I'm in the power armor so much I continuously forget its effects on other people.
So, from here,
Do we need to notice? See if we can see anything from up here? It's clearly an overlooked spot for them, so...
yeah, they're just looking down, kind of like on the side of the mountain, down into the foothills.
Do you need to remake a tracking
Sure.
roll? Eight.
Yeah, you pick up the trail, but you're also picking up more trails of Broadkill up here. So there seems to be a lot more activity of the supernatural variety going on. So
Are they all heading in the same direction?
they're kind of... It goes around, but it all seems to eventually filter up this mountain, up these paths that you're starting to see.
But I still sense like the
witchling.
Broadkill don't fly, right?
Nope. Not unless they have a jetpack or something like that.
I imagine I would say up this way towards the witchling scent.
Alright. So you get your vehicles, you're starting to go a little bit slower. Like you're starting to... You scouting up ahead, checking stuff out until wait for Mr. Sunshine there to walk up. Cling, I'm here.
Yeah, right.
You are starting to see patrols and more overlooks of Broadkill. And for the most part, you can avoid them, just time them so they're not around when you go up another path. The rare few that you can't, like there's a guard post or whatever, you and Shani can get up there, engage, and then you stride up and all three of you just beat the things down. But it's starting to get dicier up here. There's a lot more activity. And then you see why as you kind of come up around one last little peak of this smaller mountain edge, and you can see more up into the mountain that you're climbing. There is carved into the side of the mountain a fortress. It's kind of like this big, ominous-looking fortress up there. Big gate, Broadkill outside. This definitely looks like the place that maybe this shifter is holding up. And as you see that, and as you see the forces arrayed against you, I mean, you see about a dozen and a half Broadkill posted up, and tower overlooks outside of the fortress carved into the wall. You see them maneuvering around out here, have a couple overlooks looking down. You're starting to assess the situation, and next week will be the assault on the shifter fortress. So
That sounds horrible.
assault on the shifter fortress.
Oh. You walk up to the front, you're like, your glitter boy armor is too big to get into the door.
Oh no, the door is huge.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it's 20 feet tall, because who knows what
Yeah, I was gonna say if the broad
demons
killer
and
in
crap that he has coming in and out of that thing.
there. Say if the broad kill is in there, then I can. Get in there,
So, but yeah, it's Mines of Moria style, carved in the mountain. It's got a big face, evil-looking face carved over the fortress gate, and braziers coming out the side, holding burning pits there, and the little guard overlooks where Broadkill are standing, and it doesn't look fun to try to break into. Might have to scout around.
Brazier is the European word for bra. Just kidding. That's
Brazier.
Brazier. I'm just kidding.
Brazier.
Just being a dumbass.
They have just tits like carved in. Good fight, good night. Till next week. Signing off.